Don't let them take you out, your spirit gotta stay focused. Can't go back living how I was, cause it's repulsive. I don't ask for much, this all I ever wanted. And not killing, die behind it, you can quote me. Yeah, these hoes for the streets, they ain't holy. I ain't pulling up, it's spiritual when devils kiss your boots. We ain't no cowards, please don't say what you gon' do. Or post something on the internet you think you gotta prove. Cause I got Karak Ice, I got Shia War, got ISUPK, I got Imawan, got Kabataban, I got Tazaba, got Kakamaima, got Karanyala, got Yaragabar, Trabi Issachar, bring out Gobble War. Couple young men in this bitch with an olive oil. If you ain't in these ranks, then you out of order. It's a time for everything, right now it's time for war. And I'm still the same nigga when I'm not recording. I pull up, shoot from half like I'm Michael Jordan. I don't think they fit to join the Lord's army. I survived a Christian church, moral of the story. I done beat so many demons, I got war stories. Garment look so hardcore, look like I morphed on him. Appetite for battle, yeah, I'm war hungry. I ain't choose this life, the Lord chose me. I'm a certified priest and I don't take that lightly. How I feel about this shit, yeah, I can't describe it. I know they mad at me, cause I can't trust the white man. I gird up my loins and did something mighty. Yeah, what's done in private, it's gon' come to light. Speak the truth into these bones and watch them come to life. All my friends are dead, let loose all the plagues, yeah.
This is Webflow. Meet the design tool from the future. The most powerful visual coding tool. Coupled
No cover, no nigga came back down. I thought I'd let you know that I was gone, but I never left. I'm back now. I thought I'd let you know this brotherhood is a whip, and I never let it go. Never let it free. Shit, I. Yeah, you know me, 140 for the rebel, billion shit, nigga. They take their head over, nigga. I pray where Eve did to Adam, I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing that iron like stamps and I can't let no hoe lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, so they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Nigga think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying, this shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Circle up and stay alert. Another cut can stretch the nigga. He a demon, it's an exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. You took that oath in blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. From the opposition, I see vision. Let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spit, I ain't listening. Is it back to revenge was a woman, now I scope that bitch like Jack the War. We gon' run the summer, it's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't just do that, bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young baby. How you real trigger know them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? When he saying something, I ain't hear him. This shit light work. It ain't about who got the gun, it's about who gon' up that fight first. I turn a bad situation to a game changer. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain. Free shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand that feeds you, you'll never get that hand back. He bitch about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, out with that hollow sign, yeah, this the real McCoy. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still about my brain, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get that boy lost, they gon' stop to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them D demons like I'm Hellboy.
Well, I'm doing a lecture about the Bible Belt and critical race theory. And it's July the 16th. And it's, you know where Ed's Fish is out here? Yeah, it's like we got a school like right next door. And then the top floor, we got that whole level up there. So that's why I'll be doing the lecture. And it's free. Like the first hour will be about the Bible Belt. There'll be like a little intermission, feeding people a little bit. Then I'll be breaking down what critical race theory is. A lot of our people don't know what it is.
I'm Dr. Ashley Bachnight Claybrook.
So we dealing with a doctor, right?
I have to say it. I don't know. I would say it has to help. You know?
You got anything to back that up, or you just guessing?
I'm just guessing.
So sis, what is the Bible Belt to you?
The Bible Belt is a series of states that heavily focus on Christianity as a means of political and social foundations for everything they do.
Good, because you should always know where you come from. You should always know history. You should always know what it is and what it ain't, and why people act the way they act now.
The Bible Belt, do you feel that it hurts black people? Kind of like get rid of the history, get rid of certain things that were done during slavery, or just certain things about our history in schools and stuff like that.
It's cultural, it's environmental, and it's effective.
Okay, you say it's effective now?
It can be positive and it can be negative. It just depends on your standpoint.
Preacher man, gotta wait your turn. Gotta get my brothers and sisters. They survive my only concern. This shit just gotta stop. They lock and pop everything they see. Behind the badge of police, they kill us with their knees. Nigga, please.
We look at systemic racism of, say, the school systems, the differences in the school systems, and looking at gentrification, looking at issues of textbooks, even as simple as textbooks, and how race plays a part in how people are selecting certain parts for different races depending on where they are. You throw in economics with that as well. All that is tied into, if you can show a pattern of systemic racism, that is critical race theory.
I say critical race theory, it needs to be taught in school. I think just to know what was done to us, because a lot of people don't know about slavery. They don't know what was done during their time.
I think it hurts because I think we should, know our culture and, not be racist, you know what I'm saying?
It's a psycho drama. Our minds, they wanna melt. We got it, take my nigga shit, burn that Bible Belt. This is psycho drama. Our minds, they wanna melt. We got it, take my nigga shit, burn the Bible Belt.
Hey, Shalom Israel. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. This is the ISUPK Colleen Law class. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and clap it up. First, I want to go ahead and give a salute to the Akim, Shalom, Yahaba, Shem Yahushai, Brakathum, and to the sisters, Shalom, Yahweh Shemal, Atham, Ba, Shem Yahushai. This is the ISUPK Colleen Wednesday Law class, and I'm Precinct Officer Tabazar. And if you have any questions, you know what I'm saying, or anything that questions you might have concerning the Bible or any of these subjects, go ahead and put them into the chat, and we'll address those, you know what I'm saying, when it's appropriate. Other than that, we're gonna go ahead and get into the lesson for today. And today's lesson is what is marriage according to the Bible? You understand? And we're going over this because, as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, and even though as a whole, the institution of marriage, especially living in, Western civilization, living in America across the board, it's the idea of what marriage is to people, from what it was 20 to 30 years ago, is things have changed, you understand? And people don't view marriage with the same level of respect, that they did, in the time of our grandparents and things like that. Now it's looked at as, marriage is kind of viewed as a trap. It's viewed as, what can I get out of it? It's looked at like, to some people, even as prison, like being locked down, or even the term, having to settle down, you understand? And a lot of that is because, specifically in regards to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, it's an all out attack on marriage when it pertains to us. And if I could, Priest, could you give me Psalm 83? You know what I mean? Because it's been a conspiracy, because, marriage is something that is not something that man gave us. It's not something that we came up with. Marriage is something that God gave Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You know what I'm saying? Marriage is a lawful, a lawful act between, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man, between the black man and the black woman. And when I say black, I'm not talking about color, because black is a condition. Black is a state of being oppressed, and that's something that, so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Indians, that is something that we all go through. Right. You understand? So the attack on black marriage is an attack on the relationships between black people, or quote unquote black, so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. Right. Just give me, if you could, Psalm 83, start at verse 1. You can end at verse 4.
Come. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 1. A song of songs of Asaph.
No, you good.
Keep not thou silence, O God.
Mm-hmm.
Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God.
Right.
Verse 2. For lo, thy enemy make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
Right.
Verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken what?
Crafty counsel. Against thy people. And consulted against thy hidden ones.
Right. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. Crafty, if you look up that word crafty, it means cunning or deceptive. You understand? And they have taken crafty counsel against our people. When these agendas come out, publicly, like the agenda for abortion, women's rights, child support, homosexuality, gay marriage, all of these have been developed through crafty counsel, man.
Right.
You understand? And it's they've consulted and come together with these agendas and these ideas to harm our people. You understand? Because it's directly affecting so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's having a negative impact on, relationships between so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian men and women in the way that we deal with each other. You understand? To where now the idea of family is no longer important. Right. Marriage was established by the Lord to build families. And now living here in America, we're not concerned about family. You understand? We're concerned about ourselves as individuals, the individual's pursuit for happiness. Right. You understand? So read that again from the top, verse 3.
Come. Verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
Against our people. They're taking crafty counsel because there's a set of people that don't want to see black families develop and flourish. You understand? Because what we don't understand, you know what I'm saying, and what the problem is, what we don't understand as a people is that marriage is a bedrock of power,
Right.
being because marriages produce families. You know, when you hear about like the Kennedy family or the Walton family, the people that own Walmart, Walgreens, you understand? When you hear about the Kennedys or like the Clintons or the Bushes, right? And maybe y'all are not familiar with like the Oppenheimers, and these are people that live in Europe. You understand? Or these, or like the, what's it called? Slovakia. I can't think of that. It's a famous family overseas in Europe. The Rockefellers, the water priest, the Rockefellers. When you hear these names, these are families that have power and influence in the world.
Right.
You understand? And they have this power base is established through family and through marriage. But what our enemy and what our oppressor has done is they have destroyed our sense of morality to where we don't place value on being a moral people, and they've made us place value on individual gratification,
Right.
or pleasure, right? Or you know, seeking our own happiness. And you know, Salakia, let me if you could give me the definition of family real quick. You understand? Because I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I just when I saw this definition and the etymology is just a fancy word for the meaning of the word, or the root of the word historically, how the word developed over a period of time, and what it meant and what it meant originally, and where it drew its current meaning from. Okay. Let me go ahead and give me that definition of family. All right.
Go good. The definition of family.
Uh-huh.
A group of one or more parents and their children living together as a unit.
Right. And read the next one.
All the descendants of a common ancestor.
Right. I think there's another one under that. It says a group of people related. Do you see that? It's right up under the first one you read. You on Google, right?
I'm on Google.
Well, okay, no sweat. I'll read it. It says similar. It says similar by. It's right up under the one you just read. But okay, so the first definition was a group of one or more parents and their children living together as a unit. The next definition of family is a group of people related to one another by blood or marriage, right? So marriage is how you build families, right? It's the foundation of your family, but then through marriages, you create alliances with other families, and then you become families. It's a bond between people. Okay. And as he read number 2, families also all the descendants of a common ancestor, which is why Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, why we say that we're the children of Israel, man, because our common ancestor is Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Right. And Jacob, whose name was later changed to Israel, and had 12 sons. One of those 12 sons that we descend from. You understand? Now, the heavy part is this, right? When you go down into the origin of the word family, right? It's original in terms of what it says here. Its original term is Latin, right? As far as like the language base. And that Latin word is famulus, and that word means servant. So the root word from which they derive family from is famulus, and it means servant. And then you have Latin familia. Now, you know, like with, you know what I'm saying, when we say to our Issachar brothers, you know what I'm saying, is we say la familia, you know what I mean? Really, and it's also like when you deal with the Italians, you know what I'm saying, they say la familia, or the family. You understand? But it also means household, servants, family. You understand? So, but the root word is servant. And the reason why that is important is because when you're born into a family, you know, a lot of times living in America, man, when we think about family, we think about trying to get out on our own. You know, I don't know about y'all, but, you know, from a culture standpoint, the idea was that when you turn 18, you had to get out the house and get out there on your own. You understand? When our enemies and oppressors, that's not what they tell their children. They don't tell their children to get out the house at 18. They don't try to push them out there on their own. You understand? If you read the scriptures, Jacob didn't leave his parents' house till he was 40 years old. And when he left, it was for the express purpose of going to find a wife and to get married and to have his own family. You understand? You weren't really supposed to leave your family until you were prepared to start your own family. You understand? And I can go ahead and confirm that with the scriptures. If you could give me Genesis chapter 2, verse 24, I think. I'm going to say 24. Yeah.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 2, verse 24.
Uh-huh.
Therefore, shall a man leave his father and his mother?
Right. A lot of times in our culture, they make it seem that, you know, like they'll say, you know, if a man's living at home with his parents, like the idea is that he's not a man.
Right.
But see, the root definition of family is serving. So a man is supposed to serve his parents, serve his family until he's prepared and ready to leave to start his own family. And the scriptures are showing this, right? Read it again from the top.
Come. Therefore, shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife.
Right. A man only leaves his father and mother, which means he only leaves the service of his father and mother, being a servant to his father and mother, when he's going to cleave unto his wife, when he's found a wife. Why? And what's the purpose of finding a wife and getting a wife? Is to build family. Right. And that's done through marriage. That's right. Keep reading.
And they shall be one flesh.
They shall be what?
One flesh.
I have my own identity. I don't want to lose myself in my relationship. I don't want to forget who I am. I have to have my own separate identity. They shall be what?
One flesh.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm with her, you understand? But, you know, I'm out here just doing my own thing. You understand?
One flesh.
Right. Because if you're leaving your mother and your father and you're a servant to them, and you're going to be married, right? And you find a wife to build a marriage, then at that point, your job is to serve your wife, and your wife's job is to serve her husband. You understand? And family as an institution, you know what I'm saying, is actually established and supposed to be there for you to learn how to serve. You understand? As that's why the scriptures say, let the older women teach the younger women how to keep home and to love their husbands. Your time in serving your father and serving your brothers, if you have them, if even serving your sisters, you know, the family unit is supposed to be the training ground, the boot camp for you to learn that it's not all about you. You know what I'm saying? To remove from you the idea of selfishness, that the world is supposed to revolve around you. Your duties as being in a family is to learn to serve other people and not just serve your own interests, man. You understand? Where the son serves the father, and he learns the skills that are necessary and are required in being able to protect a household, being able to go and make provisions for his family. You understand? And more importantly, learning how to serve the Most High, because you can't serve your family if you don't know how to serve the Most High, man. You understand? You're of no service to your family. You understand? But all this is established through marriage. All right. Salakia, that Genesis 2:24, if you can read it one more time.
Go. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother,
right,
and shall cleave unto his wife.
Right. So, you know, the whole idea of, you know, like currently, you know, you have some sisters that look at men that still live at home and they feel like that they're like, you know, they're not doing nothing with their life, or they don't They don't have any ambition. You understand? But like I said, Jacob didn't even leave his parents' tents, you know what I'm saying, or where his parents lived at until he was going to go find a wife. And like I said, he was around 40 years old, man. You understand? But here in America, we're pushing children out, you know what I'm saying, at the age of 18. And studies show that in terms of mental and brain development, that men's frontal lobe doesn't even fully develop to the age of 25, which makes sense for why there's so much poor decision making, man. Because you're pushing a child out there into what we want to call the real world. You know, he's gone through high school, learning about science, math, you know, English. He knows nothing about finances. He knows nothing about, you know, purchasing a car, purchasing a home, any of these things. But he's supposed to be out of his house at 18 by himself to figure all this out, which makes sense on why, you know, 80% of us are locked up in prison. You understand? Because when you push your child out there to figure it out, the only teacher that he has left is the streets. Right. That's why that's why black mothers, you know what I mean, if you don't have a husband, you should be putting your young sons and you know, into the ISUPK, man. You know what I mean? Letting them come to the ISUPK to learn how to be men. Send your daughters and put them into the ISUPK. If you don't have a father in the household, to teach them how to be princesses, man. You understand? Because we're not supposed to be out here living for ourselves, man. Right. You understand? You know, marriage is not about pleasing yourself. Marriage is about, you know, serving and serving your partner, man. You understand? And in that marriage, there's a rank and order structure. You understand? They've taken crafty counsel against us because we don't understand what marriage is. We're letting our oppressor and the enemy tell us what marriage is. They're telling us marriage is two men being able to get married, or two women, or that you're able to marry a tree or marry some inanimate object, an aeroplane. You understand? Or marry your car. You know, right? And because we've entertained what the oppressor has given us, it's destroying how we relate and deal with each other, man. Because we're letting the culture, death culture, you know what I'm saying? When I say death culture, I mean the curses. You know what I'm saying? The oppression that the white man, who is the devil that the Bible speaks of, the oppression that he's put on us has created a culture to where we look at each other as the ops. Right. Black men and black women don't even have natural love for each other anymore. Right. We don't mind having casual sex. You understand? We don't mind using each other for our bodies to pleasure ourselves, but we don't care anything about commitment. We don't care anything about loyalty, man. We don't care anything about you know, building each other up. You understand? And this is not by chance. This is because our enemies have taken crafty counsel against us. Hey, give me go back to Psalm 83 and give me verse 4, and then we're gonna move on from there. You know what I mean? We and it's heavy because marriage is something that the Lord instituted to protect us. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's so that and you know, the authority structure that the Lord established is for protection. It's to protect our nation. You know what I'm saying? To the laws that the Lord gave us is to protect us. You understand? A lot of times we look at laws and rules as a restriction, and they do restrict us from certain behaviors. You understand? But it's to protect us, man. You know, a lot of times you hear black women say, you know, black men are not protecting black women. Right. Well, you know, in some cases, not all, but black women are not allowing themselves to be protected because they don't want to be subject to rules. Right. You understand? They want to be protected in the sense of they want protection from their bad decisions. And what do I mean by that? You want to be able to make a mistake and a bad decision, and then you want a man to be able to come in and clean the mess up. You want a man to come in and perhaps, you know, you're out there, you're not bringing men for your father to meet, to vet, and to court. If your father's in your life, you want to go out there and choose your husband for yourself. Right. And you're not equipped to make that kind of a decision. Right. You understand? So, but then if this man who you choose because you're making an emotional decision, not a practical decision, if he violates you, now you want the protection of black men to come in and defend your honor when you don't realize that you gave away your honor. The honor would have been in you honoring your father and bringing that man to your father for him to have that conversation. The honor would be that if a man tried to approach you, that you say, well, listen, you need to talk to my father and to my brothers. That's right. You know what I'm saying? Because you're honoring your family and you honor the concept of marriage. But that the idea of that is like, have a man meet my father for what? Because why? You rather do sneaky links. You understand? You rather get hook up with a brother on Tinder or from Snapchat or from TikTok. You know what I'm saying? You want to make dance videos on Snapchat and TikTok or Instagram and show your body off, and you feel like advertising and marketing your body is a way to get a man. Right. When your value is not in your body. I mean, it's in your body in the sense of that the Lord gave you the ability to have children, and being able to bear children is an aspect of power. But you're more than your body. You understand? What the value really is in your ability to respect the authority of the Lord and to respect the family structure that He established and set up in decency and in order. You understand? To protect us as a nation. Go ahead and read verse 4, if you could, Baba Kashab.
Psalm 83, verse 4. They have said, "Come and let us cut them off from being a nation."
They want to do what?
Cut them off from being a nation.
They want to cut us off from being a nation. You understand? They don't want us to have strong families, because why? Within strong families is power. Right. When you on the left hand side, from a worldly carnal sense, when you hear about those Italian mobs, what do they call them? The Gambino family. You understand? The Francesi family. You understand? It's families that have come together through marriage. You understand? And they establish power, which is why they attack the idea of marriage so much. You understand? You know what I mean? They read it one more time.
Psalm 83, verse 4. They have said, "Come and let us cut them off from being a nation."
They want to cut us off from being a nation. They don't want blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to have power. You understand? Right. Black women, they tell you that you could be a god. They tell you that you could be independent. Right. You understand? They tell you that you can be a boss chick. You know what I'm saying? That you can get out here and get the bag and do it big. But but it's a deception. It's crafty counsel, because they know that you're going to end up alone. Right. You know what I mean? Or you go and you go against your culture, and you go and get somebody outside of your nationality, and then now you're producing children for another nation. That's right. You understand? And you're still without any power, because everything that you've accumulated and all your accolades and all your achievements, it gets handed off to another nation. It's the same with our brothers, man. Right. You understand? You go out there and you have a career in the NFL, the NBA, or maybe in entertainment, or even if you're successful in finance, man. You understand? And you're successful in real estate or whatever career choice. And you acquire a means of acquiring wealth, and because you feel like in America having a white woman is a trophy or some sense of status, or that you're making it in this country because you feel like you have the freedom to have a white woman, and now I've made it in America. I have the American dream. No, brother. What you've done is even though your children will be Israelites, you see a lot of these situations, man, like y'all may not be familiar with Virgil. You know what I'm saying? He was a designer with Kanye, you know what I'm saying, that worked for Louis Vuitton. He helped design some of Kanye's shoes. And he became an in-house designer in Louis Vuitton. Millionaire. Damn near almost going to Kanye status of a billionaire. And he had the label Off-White. It was selling out like crazy, man. And then he died of, I believe it was either pancreas cancer or prostate cancer. All of his copyrights, all the things that he developed, it went to his wife, and it went to all her family. There was a picture of him. You know what I'm saying? He's standing there by himself with his white wife holding his child that looks like it's a white child and all of her white family. And he's just standing there on the end. Now he's dead, and everything that he developed and all the rights to his fashion designs have gone to her. This is why the Lord gave us laws to protect us.
Right.
Because we're the creators and the creatives. We're the ones that you know, we're the salt of the earth. You understand? Everybody wants to talk about how we make all of these inventions, right? But we don't talk about who takes advantage of us making these inventions and who creates the patents that benefits financially off of the inventions, man. Right. Listen, 75 to 85% of what you see as far as current technology in America in this first world was developed by black people. But but black people didn't want to keep the culture of the Most High and of God and protect what we create within our families and through marriage, man. Okay, so Salakia, let's go to the law, man, and see what marriage is according to the Bible. That's the title of the class, and we need to go ahead and get into that, man. And before we do that, though, I want to go ahead and play a video because to show you, you know what I mean, how distorted we are, man, and how much we need the law. You understand? Christians want to say the law is done away with. You understand? They want to say the law doesn't matter no more, that we're not under the law. But we need the law because us breaking the law is why we're in the condition that we're in as so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, why we're in poverty, why we're number one in sexually transmitted diseases, why we have to work these slaves and as either as single fathers and single mothers, and we're not together as a family working together to bring wealth into our households, man. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's trying to go at it alone. And you cannot achieve anything of note or that's sustainable doing it by yourself. You need a team, and that's why the Lord created marriage, and why and through marriage, why He created families. You understand? Let me go ahead and play y'all this video real quick. Hey, give me the book of Exodus, chapter 22 and 16, Baba Kashar. And like I said, if y'all have any questions, you understand, go ahead and just put them into the chat. We're going to check this video out, this little quick video out real quick, okay? Let me see. Is there a way to expand this? This is a TikTok video where a brother is going out into the street, and he's asking, sisters questions about, being in relationships, man. You know what I'm saying? About relationships, marriage. And this was done maybe about like 2 months ago. You understand? And this is what the sisters had to say. All right. Y'all check this out. Let me make sure y'all can see what I'm seeing. All right, Salakia. All right. I can't really expand it. So Salakia, if y'all can't see it, but let's go ahead and get this started.
I don't do the boyfriend.
So what you do?
One night stands, I just said that. I don't like commitment. I don't do no motherfucking relationship.
I do relationship.
Nah, that shit dead for the motherfucking bird. I'm not the marrying type. I don't do marriage. You understand? I'm more of a, solo type of bitch.
It's an evil world we live in. Sensational.
All right, y'all saw that. I'm gonna play it again. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna play it again because what it's showing is, and I'm not even upset with these sisters, man. You understand? This is I'm not playing this to put our sisters down, because this is, Captain Kahan said something powerful one time. He said, living in America, living under oppression, it's important to know who to blame. You understand? And this is a horrible situation, but it's not our sister's fault. You understand? And it's not our fault. You understand? It's the fault of the oppressor, man. It's the fault of the white man, who is the devil that the Bible speaks of. That's right. You understand? Go ahead and play it again.
I don't do the boyfriend.
So what you do?
One night stands, I just said that. I don't like commitment. I don't do no motherfucking relationship.
I do relationship.
Nah, that shit dead for the motherfucking bird. I'm not the marrying type. I don't do marriage. You understand? I'm more of a, solo type of bitch.
Now, where is the miss? Now, where are these sisters? Where are these sisters making the mistake at? Because you hear them saying, he asked the question, he said, you don't do relationships. They said, no, I don't do marriage. I'm not the marrying type. So he said, well, okay, if you don't do marriage, you're not the marrying type. What do you do? And their response was, I do one night stands. Well, what is a one night stand? You understand? You know what I mean? Go ahead.
It's like of course, like sex is marriage. So I feel like the whole point.
No, the question I asked was, what is a one night stand? What's a one night stand is my question.
One night stand is sex.
Right, but that's true. But what is it from a cultural standpoint? What's a one night stand? What does it mean? I mean, you're not wrong in what you said, but what does the term one night stand mean?
So from my understanding, like one night stand is just, it's just one like meet and greet, and after that, that'll probably be the last time that you ever see her again or have any dealings with her. Okay, yeah, I mean that's more along the lines of what I was looking for. Anybody in the chat, what does what from current culture, you know what I'm saying? What does a one night stand mean? Okay, the brother says you meet somebody and got it the first night and slept with them. That's true. You understand? But we know that, like the brother said, which I didn't want to get into that first, but we know that according to the Bible, sex is marriage, according to the laws. You know what I'm saying? And the law was given to the Israelites, man. It wasn't given to any other people in the nation, man. The law was given to us. And I want y'all to remember this, man. The law is for our protection. You understand? And right now, these sisters they think that they're protecting themselves. And how do I know this? The sister said, well, I'm not with that relationship shit. Salaki for my language. I'm not with that relationship shit. That's for the mother effing birds. But what is she really saying? She's saying that she doesn't want to go through the work that it would take to be in a relationship with a black man. Because from her standpoint, she feels like she's protecting herself from hurt, from pain. She feels like being able to control how the relationship goes and just have, just to get her personal, pleasure to have her orgasm and be able to leave the situation, that she don't have to deal with the emotional burden of having a relationship with the black man. Right. You understand? And black men are doing the same thing. Now, these sisters are saying this, but guess what? A sister can't have a one night stand unless her brother's participating in it. You understand? And that comes through what? Not vetting who you're dealing with, man, and not doing it the way that God said. All right. Now, is there something wrong with the one night stand? From a lawful standpoint, no, it's not unlawful for you to meet a sister. You know what I'm saying? You deal with her, you have sex with her, and y'all just met, and y'all had a connection, y'all kicked it off. Is it a wise thing to do? No, not especially in this day and age. It's not wise. But in the scriptures, did it happen? Were there a meet and greet and a hookup in the scriptures? Yes. And we're about to read it right now. Right. Exodus 22 and verse 16. Go ahead. Exodus 22, verse 16. And if a man entice a maid.
If a man do what?
Entice a maid.
That's just old Quaker English. The word, if a man entice a maid just means a young woman. Okay. Actually a woman, right? If a man entice a maid, give me the definition of entice. Give me the definition of entice. If a man entice a maid, we're gonna find out what entice means. And if you're in the class, you can go ahead and give me what you think the word entice means. I appreciate it, Ak. 1 second. What does entice mean? Give y'all a little bit of time. I know sometimes we have delays. Because one thing we have to remember is, Israel, is that there's nothing new under the sun. You understand? I mean, the things that are going on now, what you might experience is that the things that we're dealing with now, we're dealing with more of it. You understand? And it's more intense and it's more available. But there's nothing new under the sun. You understand? The culture of blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians is since the Lord created us. Sister said to attract or to tempt.
I don't want to use the word tempt because that's implying that there's something wrong. There's nothing wrong with trying to talk to a sister if you like her. And if you have enough ability, you know what I mean, to secure her to where she feels comfortable to want to be with you, to be tempted is the idea that there's something wrong or evil about it. You're being tempted to do something. You know what I mean? Now, attract, I think that's a better word. The brother said to lead on and encourage to do something that a person wants. Okay, I'll take that. But go ahead and give me the definition now, Ak. The definition of entice.
Come on.
Read aloud, priest.
Entice, attract or tempt by offering pleasure or advantage.
Oh, good night. I guess that was the definition. She was coming from the definition. Read again.
Entice, attract or tempt by offering pleasure or advantage.
That's it. Is there any more on that? Is there any more definitions? That's it. Okay, no sweat. There's nothing underneath it.
There's
more
transitive verb.
Go ahead.
To attract artfully or adroitly or by arousing hope or desire.
Now I like that one better. Read that again. That's more along the lines of the spirit of it. Go ahead.
To attract artfully.
To attract artfully. What basically it means to have game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, brothers are attracted by what they see. Sisters are attracted by what they hear. You understand? This is why R&B, sisters love R&B. They love to be sung to. They love songs about love. They love poetry. You understand? They love a brother who is smooth with his words. You understand? Because sisters they fall in love with what they hear. Men fall in love with what they see, which is why both of those things can be dangerous for both men and women. You understand? Because what you see ain't always what it is. You know what I mean? We all heard the term that everything that glitter ain't gold. You understand? And what you hear ain't always ain't always what it is neither. You understand? It's not always the truth. That's why, having family and having men, on both ends, for young men and for young women, to be able to give wisdom to young men on how to choose the right woman to deal with. You understand? And for young women to choose the right man to deal with. You can't go off of your own instincts because you have young men, they're going to see, what they say, never trust a big butt and a smile.
Right.
You understand? That pretty brown round. You understand? A lot of men, that's what we like from a visual standpoint. And, if you want to get kind of like from a genetic standpoint, men typically like women with big behinds and big hips because genetically, or primarily, we know that this woman can bear a lot of children. You understand? She has strength to bear children. That comes from the hips and on down. You understand? To be able to push children out and have strength down there. You understand? But of course, it's we still like to look at it, period. But I'm just saying what the science on it actually is. Okay. And from a women's standpoint, women typically like to hear, intelligent men or men who are smooth with their words and are creative with they're artful with how they do things. Because why? They want to be led. You know what I'm saying? This is why you ask a woman where she wants to eat, and she's like, I don't know what I want. Because she rather you say, hey, get dressed, get dressed up, or put on this dress. We're going here. Be ready at this time. Where you already have it set up because you've led her to a destination. Women instinctively want to be led. You understand? So how a man speaks, how a man leads, usually a leader leads first by words. You know what I'm saying? But mainly by actions. But you have leaders, man, who speak words and it inspires, and that's what women desire. So now the scriptures say, read again, 22 and 16, Salakia.
Come, Exodus chapter 22, verse 16. And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife.
Right. So if a man meets a woman and he spits game at her, you understand? He seduces her, you understand?
That's right.
And he lied with her. So that's what it's talking about. And she's not in a betrothed. She's not promised to another man. She's not dealing with another man. And he has a one-night stand with her. He lays with her for that night. The scriptures is saying he shall surely endow her, right? So let's find out what that word endow means, because a lot of fake Israelites say that this means that sex is not marriage, but that once you're endowed her to become your wife, that means that sex is a marriage. That's not what the scripture is saying. And they're out of the spirit. Give me the definition of endowed. You understand? I'm gonna tell you what it is, because see, in our culture, like these sisters was saying, I don't do marriage. What they're talking about is having sex without commitment, having sex without responsibility, man. But the Bible says that to have sex is responsibility. Right. If you have sex with the man, he's your husband, according to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? According to the Bible, that's your husband. If you have sex with that woman, that's your wife for life. Okay? Go ahead, Ak, you got that?
Come.
The definition of endowed.
Endowed, provide with a quality, ability, or asset.
To do what?
Provide with a quality, ability, or asset.
Right. What it's saying is this: that word endow is a verb that's attached to the word dowry. And a dowry is what you pay when you have sex with the woman, because now you're paying a price to who? To the father, because now you're paying him for her. This is not prostitution. You're paying him because you've taken this woman, you understand, and had sex with her, and now you're claiming responsibility to take care of her. And you paying that dowry is what all it's really showing is that you're sincere about taking care of this woman. That you didn't just lay with her and abandon her. You go to the father and you pay a dowry. So to endow means is that you pay the price, because there's a price to be paid. And Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we're paying the price for not doing things according to how God said it, doing things according to the law. How are we paying the price? We don't have sex with the woman and go to her father and say, hey, I met your daughter. You know what I'm saying? I didn't holler at you. I spoke to her. We hooked up, but what do I need to do to make this thing, right with you and your family? Because I want to make her my wife, and I want to be I want our families to be, to acknowledge each other. We're not doing that. We're and really daughters aren't even acknowledging their fathers. They're governing themselves and allowing men to come into their home, and sometimes in some situations having children by different men. Right. You understand? And they're accountable to nobody, and the men who lay with them are accountable to nobody. But when you have to go and pay a dowry, pay a price, you understand? Then now this is an exchange. This is an exchange, and now you have to hold to your word. Okay, but how are we paying the price today in America? STDs, abortion.
That's right.
Now the price of having sex without responsibility is the murder of the innocent. That's what that's what marriage outside of the law is. Don't you see how wicked these Christian pastors are to say that the law is done away with? The law being done away with is families being done away with. You understand? It's love between black men and black women being done away with, man. Okay, give me Genesis 24 and 67 to show you that sex is marriage. You know what I'm saying? It said there that if he entice her and lay with her, that he shall surely endow her to be his wife. Because why? Sex is marriage. You understand? According to the Bible. Genesis 24 and 67. All right.
Hold
on a second. What did I say? 24 and what?
67.
Start at verse 63. All right.
Khan. Genesis chapter 24, verse 63. And Isaac went out to meditate in the field at the eventide.
Right, brothers, it'll do well to meditate. You understand? Living in this hell, sometimes you need to take the time to meditate, man. And what you should be meditating on is what the scriptures say in Psalms chapter 1, man. Meditate in the law. You understand? I don't mean meditate on and trying to align your chakras. Meditate on your culture. Meditate on your nationality and your duty as an Israelite.
That's right.
Living in America, man. He went out to meditate. Go ahead.
God. And he lifted up his eyes.
Right.
And saw, and behold, the camels were coming.
The camels were coming. It was a little caravan coming. You know what I mean? It was a pull-up. Somebody was pulling up on the crib. Go ahead.
Comic-Con, verse 64. And Rebecca lifted up her eyes.
Uh-oh. It was a sister coming. Y'all know how that is. You at the barbecue, you at the cookout, and you know what I'm saying, somebody pull up and then that sister get out in that dress, and you're like, ooh wee, who is that? You know what I'm saying? Who is your camp leader? You know what I'm saying? Does that sister have an auto on? All right, go ahead.
Comic-Con. And when she saw Isaac, she lifted off the camel.
She lighted off the camel. When she saw that brother, when she saw Isaac, she saw that brother. That means she hopped off quick. She hopped off that camel very quickly. You understand? Clearly, she was happy about what she saw. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? She, you know. Go ahead, Salakia.
Comic-Con, verse 65. For she had said unto the servant, what man is this that walketh in the field to meet us?
Who is this brother that's coming down? You know what I'm saying? A lot of sisters, y'all see that man, you know what I'm saying? He in his garments, he got his fringes on, he's walking, and you know, y'all be having that sister conversation. Who is that? Who is that brother? That mighty man. You know what I mean? So she's seen him from before he saw her. And she's already inquiring. And that's what you should do. There's nothing wrong with inquiring. You know what I mean? That's a good thing. That's our culture. Ain't nothing new under the sun, man. Keep going.
Comic-Con. And the servant had said, it is my master. Therefore, she took a veil and covered herself.
You know what I'm saying? She asked, who is that? The brother was like, that's my Ottawa. You know what I'm saying? That's my Lord right there. And so she took the veil and covered herself, which was a wise thing, man, because that's humility. The scriptures say that you can know the eyes of an adult. You can know an adulteress and a whore by her eyelids, by her haughty looks. You know what I'm saying? Women who give looks with their faces at a brother, who trying to entice with looks. You know what I'm saying? And you're not in a courtship. You're being whorish. And now we've gotten to the point to where sisters are showing their behinds with panties on and thongs on. You know what I'm saying, on Instagram, trying to, you know, seduce. You know what I'm saying? But some sisters, you know, they might come from the old school. They don't post pictures, but they be at the bar or the club, and you know, they looking with their eyes, giving that look. You know what I'm saying? With their haughty eyelid, that look. You could tell a whore by her look, by her eyelids. But she covered her face. You know what I mean? Because she didn't want, and you know, I'm sure y'all have seen some of them the movies that they make out in the East, where the sister has her, you know, they have their faces covered. Not only do they have their faces covered, but they're putting their heads down. They're looking down. It's to show that I'm not for everybody. I'm not trying to catch everybody's eyes. I don't want everybody to see me. I don't want to be seen by everybody.
Right.
And that's an attribute and a virtue that our sisters have lost because we've been raised in hell. You know what I'm saying? We've been raised in under a pressure to where we think everything is for sale. You know what I'm saying? The sisters believe like their bodies are for sale. That's why you have all these OnlyFans accounts. The only way for me to make money now is for me to go out there and sell my body, or sell pictures of my toes, or, you know, or have sex on camera. You understand? Keep reading, Art.
Comic-Con, verse 66. And the servant told Isaac all things that he had done. Right, because this servant had went to go find Isaac's wife. You know what I mean? He went to go find a good woman, a virtuous woman, a righteous woman that he could be married to, that he could build a family with. And the servant had brought her back. You understand? So Isaac went and inquired with that brother first to make sure that this woman was fit to you know what I mean? And she was the one that was selected for him. You understand? And then this took place. Go ahead and read. Comic-Con, verse 67. And Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent.
Right. So Isaac was still living with his with his parents. How do we know? Because he took her into his mother's tent. Isaac at this age was around, like, I believe 40 years old as well. You understand this whole idea of trying to push your kids out, man? You're not giving them protection. You understand? Black women don't feel protected because they're not accepting the authority of black men. And then as a result, their children are not protected. They're not, you know, they're bringing various men into their homes, you know, potential child molesters. You understand? Or even with the domestic violence. You understand? Letting their kids see them have these violent encounters between men and women, teaching children that the way you deal with a woman or with the man is to scream and yell and to fight.
That's right.
You understand? Causing trauma to the children to where now, you know, kids grow up saying, I don't even want to have a wife. I don't want to be married. Well, how come? Because all I did was see my parents fight. And I don't want that. I'll just do one night stands, no commitment. You know what I'm saying? Right. For you, a lot of you men, you feel like the only way for you to deal with a woman is just to, you just stepping all on her. Do this, and do that. You know, women need counsel. They need guidance. They need an ear that can hear. It doesn't mean that everything a woman says is going to be practical and make sense. And I know for some of you brothers, it may irritate you, like, you know what I mean? But the scriptures say that she's the weaker vessel, and that you're to dwell with her according to knowledge. You're supposed to already understand that she's weaker than you, and that she can't deal with things the way that you deal with things, man. You understand? And that the Lord built you to take on more weight. You understand? But if you we'll get into that in a little bit, but marriage is service, man. And in our culture, the person that's stronger serves the person that's weaker. Right. Now, does that mean that you obey your wife, that you follow her orders? No. That's right. Serving your wife, serving your woman doesn't mean that you're doing whatever she wants. It's being wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. Right. You understand? Right. If she feels like in her head, because you compromise, that it makes her feel like, okay, I have some power in the relationship, that's okay. But really what you're doing is that you're loving that woman, man. You're being patient with her. You know that what's coming out of her mouth is foolishness, but she needs to be taught. You understand? A lot of our sisters are coming out of situations where they were physically abused, raped, sexually molested. Right. You understand? They don't trust men. And just because the Bible says that you're the head of her, that don't mean that she's going to absorb that immediately. You understand? You have to lead by example, man. And part of that is having mercy, man. That's right. Now there's some situations where if it's coming down to, where she's saying, I don't want you to go to class, and I don't want you to teach, and I don't want you to go to camp. Yeah, you put your foot down. You can. That's not being a tyrant. That's you choosing the Lord over her, and that's fine. That's right. But if you're having a situation where you feel like she's not showing you that respect, then the scriptures say we're supposed to teach our women. As priests, we're supposed to be patient and apt to teach. You know what I'm saying? You listen, everything, there's a time and a season for everything. Is there a time to step on somebody? Yes, but not out the gate. If your baby, your toddler knocks over a glass, are you gonna pull out a belt and beat the baby? No, you're gonna clean up the mess and tell them, no, don't touch that. Or don't touch what's on the table. And if they do it again, you tell them again, you hold them, hey, stop, don't do that. Don't do that. Now, as they get older and they're able to talk back to you, not talk back and but they're able to speak back to you, and they do that, then you pop them on the behind. That's right. You know what I'm saying? That's just common sense. It's practical. And when you're dealing with your woman, I'm not saying spank your woman. I'm just saying that you have to deal with them in levels, man. We're all, we're coming into this thing, man, in truth, man. You understand? But Salaki, okay, where are we at? Give me Salaki, finish reading verse 67.
Come on. And took Rebekah, and she became his wife.
He took her. That word took means that he took her into the tent, and Most High in Christ. One of the best parts of life. You understand? But having that, being able to do that, there's a responsibility. She became his wife. Right. She became his responsibility. And that's the problem right now with Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We don't have a respect for marriage because we don't have a respect for responsibility. Right. You understand? It wasn't to use her for her body and then kick her out the tent. You know what I mean? It was to take her in and now he's responsible for her, man. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, the scripture says that the man has power over the woman's head. Well, with power comes what? Responsibility. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to abuse power. You want to use power to strengthen her. To do what? To serve you. Because it takes strength to serve. We know that in the ISUPK. Look at how much we go through to serve Christ. Look at what Christ went through to serve the Most High. You understand? It's pain. You know what I mean? And that's a process of building somebody up. Okay, let's let me see. Let's go to let me see the book of Ephesians. Let's go there. 1 second. Get my you know what I'm saying? This is why actually give me Mark chapter 10, verse 2. This is why they're attacking marriage, man. This is why, you know, oh yeah, let me play this other video, Salakia. Play this other video, man. You know what I mean? Salakia. Because what's going on is that, pardon me. What's going on is that you know, because divorces are so high, because we're black women are afraid that black men are down. You know what I'm saying? A lot of our brothers are locked up in prison. They feel like marriage is no longer a viable option. That I'm gonna go for self. This is the attack on marriage. You understand? If you think about it, man, this situation with the migrants that are coming into America, one of the ways that you could become a citizen in America is through what? Marriage. But because they attack our culture, you understand? They attack the culture that God gave us, which is what? Sex is marriage, but guess what else? Having more than one wife, that's marriage too. You understand? And we could actually marry these people coming into the country, but because the white man says that marriage is is only between one man and one woman at one time, you understand? Then we have an issue. You understand? Like now we rather worship the white man than worship our power, the God of Israel. You know what I'm saying? Because why? A man being able to marry more than one woman, what is he doing? He's marrying more than one woman. He's giving protection to more than one woman. You understand? He's guarding more than one woman, and all the wealth that is produced from that marriage and the children that's produced from that marriage. Now you created what? A power base, man. Right. And then what? You have this man who's done that. Now you have a whole tribe of men that's done this. And what's being constructed? A nation. You understand? Now, we're not saying that this is for nation building. That's some old blackety black comedic garbage. You understand? But the truth of the matter is that families are, if it's done according to the law, if it's done according to what God says, it's power. It's power, man. Right. First, give me let's go to first. Give me let me see. Is it 1 Corinthians 11:3? We're gonna go there first. You know what I'm saying? Because the Bible says that all things are to be done in decency and in order, man. You understand? And the reason why a lot of black women, like them sisters also that was in that video, the reason why they don't want to be married is because they don't want to accept the authority of God, man. When a woman, you hear a lot of sisters say, I don't want to submit unless the man is worthy of submission. Sister, let me tell you something. And I'm not trying to be, rude in my speech, but when you spread your legs for that man, and you let him come in and you let him go inside of your body, you've said that he's my authority, that he can rule over my life. You understand? Now, of course, a brother needs to have patience. He needs to have mercy. He needs to dwell with you according to knowledge. But you should not be intentionally trying to, usurp his authority. You understand? Sister, your job is to serve that man. That's what family is. That's right. Your job is to serve him, to make his life in this hell easier, not harder. You understand? And that's also part of you learning to trust his judgment. I'm gonna be real with you. The scriptures, well, we'll get into it. Let me get that 1 Corinthians 11 and 3, and we'll get into it, man.
Come. 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. But I would have you know.
Right. This is Paul talking. He said, I would have you know. Because right now we don't know. We don't understand. Go ahead.
That the head of every man is Christ.
Right. The head of every man is Christ. Every black, Hispanic, Native Indian man, our king is Christ. And to break it down even further, it's the rank, order, and structure in the ISUPK, man. The men above us. If a man outranks you, he's Christ to you. Any man. Now, the brotherhood of it is that, just because a brother is under my rank, you know what I'm saying? I'm really supposed to be more. I'm supposed to respect the man above me as much as I respect the man that's under me. You understand? It's all brotherhood, but everything has to be done in decency and order. So the man above you, you're supposed to regard him as Christ. You know what I'm saying? We say Khan out of one Khan. We say yes, Lord, yes. Yes, sir, yes, sir. Right. We say that as men to each other. You understand? This is the rank, order, and structure that the Lord established. Go ahead.
Khan. And the head of the woman is the man.
The what?
The head of the woman is the man. The
head of the woman is the man. The authority of the woman is the man. Sisters, if you are married, if you have sex with a man, that man is your husband. He is your Adawan. He is your Lord. He has authority over you. You understand? He has authority over you. Keep reading.
God. And the head of Christ is God.
And the head of Christ is God. The Most High, Yahweh, is over Yahweh Shai. You understand? There's rank and order. We all have to submit to the power that's above us, to the authority that's above us. And those sisters in that video, they didn't want to submit. You understand? They didn't want to have an authority over their lives. But see, the crazy part is that, you know, sisters come out saying, I ain't gonna submit this to any old man. That, you know, it's sad that black women have lost trust in black men, and black men have lost trust in the Most High. Because in the same way that a sister is supposed to yield to the counsel and the guidance of a black man, is the same way that we're supposed, as black men, we're supposed to yield and submit to the example and to the leadership of Christ, man, who is the King of Israel. He's our king. Joe Biden is not our king. Donald Trump ain't our king. Whoever they choose next in these next 4 years to be president is not our king. Christ is our king. Yahweh Shah, Hamashiach, man. You understand? And in the same way that Israel is supposed to be subject to Christ, is the way that we're supposed to be, that sisters are supposed to be subject to their husbands. Okay? Is there any more on that? Okay. What I asked you to get, Mark? All right, yeah, give me that Mark 10 and 2.
Mark 10 and 2.
Right. Because now we feel like, you know, divorce is the option. You understand? But Christ wasn't about that, man. Christ was about commitment. Christ was about loyalty, man. You understand? Christ was about doing things that, you know, the way the Lord said to do it. Go ahead and bring that out, all right.
Mark chapter 10, verse 2.
Right.
And the Pharisees came to him and asked him, is it lawful for a man to put away his wife?
Is it lawful for a man to put away his wife? They came and keep reading.
Tempting him, testing him. That's what tempt means biblically, to try to test somebody. You know what I mean? To see what their quality is, to see, you know, what they're made of. You tempt them. You understand? And they came to Christ saying, is it lawful for a man to put away his wife? Let's see what Christ says. Is it lawful to get divorced? Isn't, you know, right now in America, 80% of divorces are initiated by black women and or by women in general. And of those women, 75% of those women are college educated. You understand? These are who divorces are being initiated by, women. All right. Now, these Pharisees, which you would call like your religious leaders, T.D. Jakes, you know what I'm saying? Creflo Dollar, the law's done away with. They're asking Christ, is it lawful to get rid of your wife if she displeased you? Let's see what Christ says. Go ahead. Verse 3. And he answered and said unto them, what did Moses command you?
Christ went to the law. You know what I'm saying? What did Moses say? Keep reading.
Verse 4. And they said, Moses suffered to write a bill of divorcement.
Dang. So they went to what Moses allowed. Well, Moses said you could write a bill of divorcement. You could write her off. She ain't listening. She ain't doing what I said do. Man, get her up out of here, man. This is what they saying. Go ahead. But what did Yahweh Shah say?
And to put her away. Verse 5. And Jesus answered and said unto them,
For
the hardness of your heart.
For the what?
For the hardness of your heart.
A lot of us have our hearts hardened, brothers and sisters. A lot of us, our hearts are hard, man, because of the trauma that we've experienced and things that we've been through in our relationships, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we wasn't in the truth. We thought that, if this man stepped off and got with another woman, he don't really love me. He's cheating on me. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna let no man cheat on me. Now your heart becomes hard. Now you know what I'm saying? You want to go eat box, or you want to rub box together.
Right.
You understand? Or you want to put on a strap on and have a rubber rod and try to knock a woman down like a man.
That's right.
You understand? Your hearts become hardened. Brothers, you've seen sisters out there, you know what I mean? That they may have, you want to have a relationship and she out there, you doing things for her, and you find out that she's out there blowing some other brother's rod in the back seat of the car or in the front seat of the car when you off at work. And you come home and find out she cheated on you, you know what I'm saying? And now your heart is hardened and you feel like, you know what? I ain't gonna be hurt by these sisters no more. I'm gonna go out here and just knock them down, throw them away. Your heart became hardened. You know what I'm saying? And now you ain't got no compassion for your sisters no more. And sisters don't have compassion for for black men no more.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It's because of our hearts being hardened, man. Keep reading.
Oh God. He wrote you this precept.
He said because your hearts were hardened, he wrote this precept because he knew that black people are stubborn. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, we stubborn, man. And we ain't got no compassion and no real love for each other.
Right.
So he put this in there because why? To keep the peace. Go ahead.
Oh God, verse 6. But from the beginning.
But from the what?
From the beginning.
But from the beginning, go ahead.
Of the creation.
Of the creation. It's just talking about Genesis, man. But from the beginning of the creation, go ahead.
Oh God. God made them male and female.
Right there, the Lord is telling you that all this gender fluidity, all this transgenderism, this stuff happened right now. This happened because of the white man who was the goddamn devil that the Bible speaks of, man.
Right.
The Lord's telling you right here, God made them male and female. There wasn't no confusion. How you came out the womb, whatever genitalia that you had, if you had a rod or you had a box, that's what God intended you to be. And this is important. Why? Because this whole transgenderism, this I identify as this, I identify as that, this is not of the Lord. Because from the beginning, he made them male and female, man. How the Lord identified you is how you're supposed to identify yourself and not to go outside of that.
That's
Keep
right.
reading.
Verse 7. For this cause shall a man leave his father and mother and cleave to his wife.
Right, man. Right. The goal of a man eventually at some point when he's situated and learn how to be a man and to serve his family, he's supposed to leave his father and mother and go cleave unto to a wife or to wives. You understand? And marriage here, according to the Bible, is a male and a female. Right. Not two men, not two women, not a man who changed himself into a woman and a woman who changed himself into a man and them getting married, man. Right. It said in the beginning he made them male and female, man. The Lord defines what marriage is for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We need to stop letting the white man define for us what marriage is, man, because it's an attack on black people, man. It's an attack on us as a nation, man. That's right. Because they want to cut off the name of Israel from being remembered. And they want you to remember the Gambino family. You understand? They want you to remember the Rockefeller family, the Walton family. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you to remember Zebulon, Issachar, Gad. You know what I'm saying? Judah. You understand? Naphtali. They don't want to remember that, but they want you to remember the Washingtons, the Bushes, the Clintons, man.
Right.
You understand? But the Lord wants our families to be on top, man, to rule this nation, man. And that can't happen if we don't respect marriage and value marriage like the Bible teaches us to, man. All right. Keep reading.
Verse 8. And they twain shall be one flesh.
Right, and they two shall become one flesh. Go ahead.
So then they are no more twain, but one flesh.
Christ is saying you're no more two. Sisters, you can't say I got my own life. I'm married, but I'm not, he can't take away who I am. No, the Bible's saying you're no more two. You're not, and really even when you were two, if you were with your father and your mother, you weren't living for yourself then, you were living to serve your family.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? A life in the truth is a life of service, man. It's a life of sacrifice. You're no more twain, but you're one flesh. Sister, whatever he's pursuing to serve the Lord, your job is to support that. You shouldn't make his job as trying to serve Christ and be a man of the Lord and be a priest. You shouldn't be making that more difficult for him. When the Lord is testing your man and he's going through hell, you're supposed to give him some heaven in that household, man. Right. Not add to his oppression.
That's right.
Now, his responsibility is to not be emotional because you are emotional. But you shouldn't be using the fact that you're a weaker vessel to make him weak. Right. The Bible says that, in fact, let me find that, man. Give me that scripture, man. Because sometimes, sisters, you're not being a pillar of rest. And I understand you have to be educated on what that is. You understand? And that's that's what the ISUPK is for. To teach you how to be a princess, to teach you how to be an asset to your husband, an asset to your man. You know what I'm saying? In love. Because, sister, let me tell you something. When you are in your position as a princess and you have an outer wand, it's the most powerful thing on the earth. What you can do. Let me get this real quick. Where's the Apocrypha at, man? You got it on your phone? Okay. You got it on your phone? Okay. Pull this up, man. Because this is, you can be an asset to your husband or you can be a liability. You understand? Let me pull this up real quick. Give me Ecclesiasticus chapter 25, verse 23. Oh, God. You understand? When your man is going through hell, you know what I'm saying? And he's fighting to stay in these ranks and he's fighting to hold ground and to serve the Lord. Because see, the scriptures say that when you come to serve the Lord, prepare your soul for temptation. The Lord's going to test the man and a priest that's coming to serve him. You're supposed to be his relief, his comfort. You understand? You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to add on to his pressure and his stress. Go ahead and give me that, Art.
Bible God. Ecclesiasticus chapter 25, verse 23.
Read it loud.
A wicked woman
abateth
the courage, maketh in heavy countenance and the wounded heart.
Right. A wicked woman is going to take away a man's courage, man. Courage is the spirit of the Lord. You'll take away a man's spirit. Because the spirit, the Holy Spirit is courage. You will affect the Holy Spirit in a man.
Right.
You'll take it away. Because he has to fight out in the world and he has to come home to a fight. He don't have no time to rest. It's war. You understand? Listen, a man of war needs peace. And sister, the Lord created you to be his peace. Right. Keep reading.
God.
Actually, no, read again. It says, abateth the courage. Go ahead and make it the what?
And make it in heavy countenance.
Make it the heavy countenance. Countenance means the facial expression, the vibe. You know what I mean? The energy of a person. You know what I'm saying? A heavy countenance means it's like he got his head dropped low. That's, you know what I mean? He's doing this. You know what I mean? He's rubbing his head and he's stressed out. You're adding on to his stress. You're not taking away his stress. You're not running him a bath, making him a plate. You know what I mean? Rubbing his shoulders. Baby, I'm here for you. You got to say, I'm going to fix it because he got his brothers for that. But you're supporting him and easing trying to give him relief of what he's dealing with. You know what I mean? But when you don't do that, you give him a heavy countenance and a wounded what?
And a wounded heart.
The heart in the scriptures is the mind, and a wounded mind. Because now he's thinking about, damn, I'm dealing with this over here. You know what I'm saying? I just got evicted. I just got fired from my slave. And now the woman who I love, and I'm supposed to protect, and who you know what I mean, who I lean on as a pillar of rest, now she giving me hell too. Now his mind is wounded. He can't even think straight. He can't even think of a way to of a solution, or even to have the practical mind to sister, because sisters, a lot of times you just being a princess and a good woman to your man will give him the clarity of mind to go, let me get counsel. Let me call my brothers real fast. Right. You know what I mean? There's a solution to this. The Lord is with me. Because damn, he gave me this good woman here that is nurturing me and helping me in my struggle. You understand? And sisters, I'm telling you, when you do that, the rewards of you doing that to your man, you'll see a whole different side of your man. You understand? You'll unlock a whole different part of him. The things that you desire and want from him, he's gonna want to give it to you immediately because of how you're serving him. But a lot of times, sisters right now, they feel like, and men, they feel like it's a tit for tat. Well, I won't give you this until you give me that. And we can't be like that. We have to serve each other. Is there any more on that? Keep reading.
Come. A woman that will not comfort her husband.
A woman that will not what?
Comfort her husband.
A woman that will not comfort her husband. If you don't have the compassion to comfort your husband when he's going through some stuff, man, keep reading.
Come. In distress. Making weak hands.
Makes what?
Weak hands.
And what else?
And feeble knees.
Woman, sisters, when you don't strengthen your husband and comfort him, so like if you don't comfort your husband, you make him weak. And no woman wants a weak man. And that's the crazy part is you being evil to your man, to your husband, it makes him weak, and then you despise him even more. When you have the solution and the ability to make him strong by you being soft and feminine and loving him, man.
That's right.
You understand? No sweat, man. So sisters, you know what I'm saying? You know, you have to put away your own selfishness when you're going through stuff sometimes. And yeah, you got things you're dealing with, but if you see your man is under pressure, man, go ahead and serve him first. When the prophet Elisha went to that widow's home and she was a famine going on, and he came into the house and he was like, what do you have to eat? And she was like, all I got is enough flour and oil to make one last cake for me and my son, and then we're gonna die. She was under oppression. She was in hell. The food stamps ran out. The EBT card was didn't have nothing on it. You understand? And all she had was enough Aunt Jemima pancake mix to make one more pancake. And no syrup, no butter. I'm finna split this with my son, and then we're gonna die. You know what Elisha said to her, man? He said, fix me a cake first. Make me that pancake first. And she was like, what? But you know what? She did it. And from that, the oil and the flour never ran out, man, until that famine was over with. Because she served that man first. Right. You understand? We have to be willing to serve each other, man, and give. I'm not saying give without expectation of return. A man of the Lord, when he does something for somebody, he expects a return on it. You know, Muhammad just brought that out. When David was out there protecting the sheep of Nabal, he expected to get something in return. There's nothing wrong with expecting something in return. You know what I'm saying? And sisters, that man that's willing to die for you, he expects you to be a soft and loving woman to him, man. That's what he expects. And he's not wrong for that. And you should expect him to lose his life over you, for you being a soft and beautiful and kind and virtuous sister to him. It's an equal exchange, okay? Where are we at? Give me that. Are we done with that Mark? Go back to that Mark chapter 10, start at verse 8.
Okay. Mark chapter 10, verse 8.
Mm-hmm.
And they twain shall be one flesh.
Uh-huh.
So then they are no more twain, but one flesh.
Right.
Verse 9.
Right.
What therefore God hath joined together.
What the Lord has joined together. A lot of y'all feel like, you know what I'm saying? I gotta find my what they call that? They twin flame, they soulmate, right? You out there take sampling all these rods, trying to find which is your soulmate. Right. No, you just trying to find a rod that you feel like is gonna give you an orgasm every single time.
That's right.
You understand? How am I gonna know if he's the right one for me unless I try him out? Well, sister, if you had only been with one man, that's all you would know. You know what I'm saying? Now you done been in orgies, you done had 6 to 7 rods up in you. You know what I mean? And all these brothers. I mean, it's disgusting. It's foul, man. You understand? And now you know the difference between this size rod and this size rod. That's not something you should be proud of.
Right.
That's a foul thing.
Right.
Or you brothers, you feel like, well, I slept with her and man, she ain't really that good. I don't want her no more. I'm gonna find me something better. That's a wicked thing, man. Right. She gave you what she's not supposed to give anybody else. And now because, listen, man, I'm not gonna get into all that because she may not be what you thought, but there's our job is to teach our women, man. Right. You can teach a woman how to love you, how you want to be loved, man. You have to show her and guide her into that. They're not always going to understand. You understand? But what you should value more than anything is her loyalty to you. That's right. Her willing to be, you know what I mean, to be committed to you, man. More than you're worried about, you know, how she works it. You understand? That's not important, man. Because, you know, eventually you're going to hit an age where you can't even do that no more. Right. Then what's between you and this person now? That's for a period of time, because we're supposed to have children and build families. You want your children to make the decisions on who they marry based on, you know, sex, right, and or not even sex, but based on, you know, sexual lust. Right. You can't establish anything that's long lasting like that, man. And that's why we're destroyed as a people. All right. Verse 9. Read it again.
Mark chapter 10, verse 9. What therefore God have joined together, let not man put asunder.
We let the white man say that divorce is legal. The same way we say that we let the white man say that abortion is legal. We let the white man tell us that two men can get married together, that two women can get married together. We let the oppressor tell us that. When the Lord said that what God has brought together, let no man put asunder. That's sister, right. When you spread your legs for that brother, God has brought y'all together. The Lord brought y'all together. Don't let the white man tear y'all apart. You understand? And if you're in the ISUPK, you understand we have a system. You know what I mean? A process to where if you have an interest in a brother, or if you have an interest in a sister, you can go through that process to find out whether y'all should come together or not. Because once you come together, you're bonded for life. Okay? Divorce is not an option unless there's a violation of the law. Keep reading.
Verse 10. And in the house, his disciples asked him again of the same matter.
His disciples, they after camp, they was like, "What you mean we can't get divorced if she tripping like that? She over here tripping, man. She running her mouth. She don't cook me nothing. I come home and she give me a hot pocket out the microwave. She ain't making no roast beef or mashed potatoes and some good corn, some cream, some corn with the butter on it, and some sweet tea or some good Kool-Aid with the lemon in it. I can't get rid of her, man. She over here making me hot dogs, man." The disciples was like, "What you mean?" Because why? Up until Christ, all they had was the religious leaders. All they had was T.D. Jakes. All they had was Creflo Dollar and Joel Osteen. And Christ is like, "Nah, man. Once you lock in with her, that's it." Keep reading.
Verse 11. And he said unto them, "Whosoever shall put away his wife."
Whosoever shall what?
Whosoever shall put away his wife.
Listen, that sister, you slept with her, you chose her. That's your choice. That's why the men above us tell us to choose wisely. You understand? Because once you committed, once you have sex, you're married. If you put away your wife, go ahead. Go ahead.
And marry another.
Right. This ain't saying if you have sex with a wife and marry another. It's if you put her away to get another. You understand? If you put her away and you're not dealing with her no more, you're not calling her and checking on her, you're not having sex with her no more, and you go and have sex with another, what have you done?
And marry another, committed adultery against her.
Right. It doesn't say that if you have a wife and you keep her and then you marry another, that's adultery. No, it's you getting rid of her to get another. That's adultery against her. Right. Because she didn't satisfy you in some way. Because you didn't have no love and no patience and didn't want to dwell with her according to knowledge.
Right.
The Lord ain't with that. Keep reading.
Verse 12. And if a woman shall put away her husband.
He don't satisfy me. It's not big enough. He didn't want to buy me them red bottoms.
That's right.
Or that Fendi bag. I don't feel like he has no ambition. He ain't going nowhere in life. I feel like I can get somebody better. He ain't the one for me. This is just a lesson for me to learn how to find what I want in life. This is a trial run. Right. What Christ say?
And be married to another, she committed adultery.
If you sleep with a brother and then you leave him and go sleep with another brother, you've committed adultery according to the Bible.
Right.
You're an adulteress. That's what Christ said. Okay. Now let's go ahead and give me we're gonna go to But see, like I say, man, give me Romans 1:22. But see, what we've done is, man, is we've taken on the value system of our oppressor, of the devil. And the scriptures say, envy not the oppressor and choose none of his ways, man. You know what I'm saying? We let the white man tell us what morality is instead of our culture, the laws that God gave us, man. Give me Romans 1. And no, give me Romans start verse 24.
Come on, God. Romans chapter 1, verse 24.
Mm-hmm.
Wherefore God also gave them up to uncleanliness.
To uncleanness. God gave us up to it because we wanted to be like the white man. We wanted to be like the people who put us in slavery. You understand? We wanted to take on their culture, their value system. Go ahead.
God. Through the lust of their own hearts.
Through the lust of our hearts. That's all the white man offers you is lust. He gives you opportunities and the freedom to fulfill your lust, man.
Right.
The things that God hates. The things that God calls an abomination. Keep reading.
God.
You have verse 24.
To dishonor their own bodies between themselves.
Right. When you have one night stands and you move on to the next person, you're committing adultery. You're dishonoring your body. You're not having value for your body as a woman or your body as a man. You out there making whores of these women, man. You understand? Having sex with her and then putting her away. You're dishonoring yourself and her. Sisters, you out there, you got a body count. You got a 20-man body count, 30-man body count. Some of y'all got a 100-man body count, especially when it comes to All-Star Weekend.
That's right.
You up in the hotels with them, trying to find you an NBA player and get pregnant to put them on child support.
That's
because
right.
you don't want, because you don't want to, go to school to become a nurse or, go to school to become a paralegal.
Right.
You don't want to make something of yourself and use the mind that, that God gave you and the education and the intelligence that he gave you to do something with your life. You rather just, try to, trap a brother and put yourself in hell. Because all you're going to do is put them on child support and then go be a whore with somebody else. Trying to live your best life. It's wickedness, man. Keep reading.
Verse 25. Who changed the truth of God into a lie?
Who changed the truth of God into a lie, man? Who changed the truth of God into a lie? The so-called white man.
Right.
He's the one that changed the truth of God into a lie.
Right.
That told you that two men coming together and having sex is marriage. That murdering your baby because you don't want to have responsibility after you have sex, that's okay.
That's right.
Who changed the truth of God into a lie? The goddamn white man, who is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
Keep reading.
God. And worship and serve the creature.
Right.
Born.
Esau's a creature. Esau was created. The devil was created, man. You want to worship and serve him. You want to follow America's laws. America say Roe v. Wade is good to go. You with it. America says you can marry, you can have sex with children. You with it. That's what's coming up next. Is pedophilia. They're going to legalize you marrying children. In some states, you're already good to go. In some states, if the parents sign the kid off, you're good to go. Keep reading.
Who is blessed forever.
Right. You want to serve the creature more than the Most High Yahweh. You don't want to, the white man says it's lawful for you to marry outside of your nationality, to marry a white woman, to marry a white man, to marry an East Indian, to marry an African or an Asian. You know what I'm saying? And you end up losing your identity. You create confusion in your own children.
Right.
Because you rather worship and serve the creature than the creator. Keep reading.
Verse 26. For this cause, God gave them up.
God gave them up for this cause. This is why you see these sisters in this condition, brothers in this condition, where they don't even want to deal with black women. They want to go out here and try to find, Susan and Karen. You know what I'm saying? And Emily.
Right.
right? The Lord is giving them up. Like, okay, because now we mingle with the heathen and we've learned their ways and their customs. We want to have a white Christmas. Stand in front of a Christmas tree with Abbott, no, Salakia, with I'm trying to think of a white name, girl, with Susan. You understand? Instead of with Lakeisha. Actually, you shouldn't be in front of no goddamn Christmas tree anyway. You should be at Passover with you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think of a you know what I mean? You should be at Passover, you know what I'm saying, with a sister.
Right.
Somebody from your tribe and your family.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Salakia. Keep reading.
For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature.
Because we didn't value the law. We didn't value what the Lord said marriage was. We didn't value families and building families and doing things in decency and order. Our women felt like, you know what? These men ain't shit. Excuse my language. You understand? These men can't satisfy me. So now, after you didn't already have sex with a man, you didn't have 2 or 3 kids. Now you got a woman in your bed, and you letting her eat your box. You eating her box. You letting her put on a rubber rod and run through you. You know what I'm saying? You've done what? And the Bible calls that a vile affection. Right. It's vile. It's disgusting. You understand? It's a disgusting thing. Because why? Can 2 women produce a family? Can 2 women raise a family? Is that the dynamic that the Lord set up? He said in the beginning he made them male and female. That's how a family is built. Not with 2 women whose emotions are all out of control. Now you already had sex with a man and have a little boy, and he's watching 2 women kiss and hug each other, and then he's watching y'all argue and fight. And now he has no blueprint to how to be a man. Because all he's looking at is 2 women. So now he grows up super emotional. And he gets around real men, and now all he do is cry. And or maybe he don't cry and he gets angry and upset, but he reacts out of his emotions and he blows somebody's head off. That's right. Because he don't know that shooting a fair one or having a one-on-one is sometimes how you deal with problems. It don't mean because you're mad you got to kill somebody and grab a knife and shank somebody. That's right. Or grab a skillet and go upside somebody's head or pour hot grease on somebody, man. It takes a man to raise a man. That's right. You understand? It takes a great woman and a great mother to raise a good daughter, to teach her how to serve a man. You understand? Keep reading.
Right. For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature.
The natural use is for a rod to go into the box.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You talk about gender fluid. Gender fluid is what makes babies. My gender being a male, my fluid inside of your box produces children.
That's right.
That's the only gender fluid I know. You know what I'm saying? Is the missile that goes into your bone gristle. You understand? You know what I mean?
That's right.
Plant my dynamite stick, you know what I'm saying? Inside your soil and let it explode, man.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And watch your stomach swell. That's the only gender fluid I know about. All right. Keep reading.
Verse 27. And likewise, also the men, leaving the natural use of the women, burned in their lust one toward another.
That's disgusting and it's foul. And that's what we see with this rainbow flag, this Pride Month,
right?
Homosexuality. You understand? All this sodomy and sodomite behavior, man. To where now black men and black women don't even love each other anymore, man. God created us for each other. You understand? He made us for each other, and now we because we are of our father the devil, and we don't love God no more. We don't want to serve God no more. Now we've lost the love between each other. Now women are looking at each other as this is my comfort. This is who I need to give my love to. And then you got men looking at each other like I'm gonna give my love to another man. That is against God and it's against nature.
Right.
It's a foul and wicked thing, man.
Right.
Keep reading.
Men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that
recompense
of their error, which was meat.
Right, man. You know what I'm saying? Which is monkeypox. That's the recompense that they're being met with.
Right.
Monkeypox, AIDS, HIV. You know what I'm saying? And all other manner of sick, twisted, you know what I mean, sexually transmitted diseases, man.
Right.
You understand? That's what that is. That's the recompense. It's the punishments of the Lord, man, for living a life that is not according to the law, man. Abominations, man. Let's go ahead and get to Ephesians chapter 5. Let me see real quick. Make sure I got everything. You know what I'm saying? Marriage, man, is the foundation of power for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man.
Right.
You understand? You know what I mean? But actually, give me 2 Corinthians 11:1 real fast. But see, what we've done is we Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we want to complicate everything. We want to have panels on sexuality and the spectrum of sexuality and panels on abortion and panels on, you know what I'm saying, on divorce. And, well, I mean, if our energy isn't correct, if we aren't vibing right, the universe is trying to help me find my right partner. No, man, listen, man, that's garbage. That's garbage. Go ahead, priest.
No, hold on,
young man. Yeah.
It's like, sir, you said it's so heavy because, that sounds like a lot of romance movie. With that, what's his name? He played Sleepers in Seattle. All these movies.
Oh, Tom Hanks, I think.
Hanks,
okay.
Right. That's fake. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not real life. You want to find your chosen one. You want to find your soulmate. That's a damn lot of white men told us. You know what I mean? These movies.
Well, so like no, get a priest of hand. You know what I'm saying? Get a priest of hand. But let me say this though, soulmates, all that. Now, is there a person that is for you? You can find that out through counsel and through courtship. There's a process and a means. Now, is there anything wrong with being, getting a woman flowers and we talked about that already. Game, enticing, seducing. Women like to be seduced, and if you're a real man, you want to seduce a woman. You want to figure out what makes her smile. You know what I'm saying? That things that are going to make her happy, or that are going to put her in a mood to be in love and to love.
Right.
But what we have to remember as Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, as being Israelites, is love first and foremost is keeping the commandments, man. You understand? Like, there's nothing wrong with the things that we enjoy as people, as humans. You understand? But we can't lose our morality. We can't put that ahead of our core values. You understand that marriage is forever. You can't have the mind that because I'm not, he's not buying me flowers no more, or he didn't take me out here to go do this, that I can leave him now.
Right.
You understand? And then also, men, you can't be on some, well, because I know she can't leave me, I ain't gonna treat her with nice or do nice things for her. You can't think like that neither. And sisters, you can't be because, well, I know he can't leave me, so I'm not finna go to the gym and work out. I'm gonna go ahead and keep this big old belly, or I'm gonna go ahead and let myself go and put on these grandma drawers when I come to bed. You can't do that. He can't leave me. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm gonna go ahead and just and not be hygienic and make sure my box is smelling right. You can't do that. You have to have, if you love I'm talking about both black men and black women. If part of you loving each other is you having respect for one another and respecting yourselves. You understand? You can't use the law and the commandments as a way to hurt each other.
Right.
That's not what the law is for. The law is there to protect each other, to give us guidance. You know what I'm saying? And so we can stay in the spirit. And being in the spirit is being in context, man.
Right.
You understand? Salakia. Give me that 2 Corinthians 11:1.
2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 1.
Right.
Would to God ye could bear with me a little in my fold.
This is 2 Corinthians 11:1.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
And indeed, bear with me. Verse 2.
Uh-huh.
For I am jealous over you with godly jealousy.
Right.
For I have
espoused
Salaki, you to one husband.
Uh-huh.
That I may present you as a chaste virgin to Christ.
Right, a chaste virgin to Christ. This is Paul talking about the no, you good, Doc. This is Paul talking about this particular school that he's over. You understand? And he's saying that he's jealous over them with a godly jealousy, because as a father gives his daughter to a good man, he wants to make sure that his daughter is operating with honor, is operating with respect. You understand? The same way, because we about to get into this in Ephesians, man. You understand? The same way that we are subject unto Christ as because the Bible says that the Lord's flock is men. You understand? And the Lord is a shepherd over us. And we're married to Christ. All that means is that we're loyal to Christ, and we're not violating and dealing with any other gods or any other nations or any other leaders of other nations. That Christ is our king, and he's saying as a body, as a church, as a congregation, that he's espoused them to Christ, to be married to Christ. Keep reading.
Oh God.
Uh-huh.
Verse 3. But I fear lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve,
Go ahead.
Through his subtlety.
Right, the serpent, man. The serpent, you know what I'm saying, has been attacking black marriages from the beginning, since the garden.
Right.
You understand? And that serpent right now is the goddamn white man. You know what I'm saying? The way he tricked Eve to make Eve feel like she could do it alone. You know what I'm saying? Marriage is a beautiful thing, man. When you have Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian men with Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian women, it's a beautiful thing. It's the most powerful thing on the earth.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And but we have to restore the value back to it and realize that we can't do this without each other, man. The Lord said that it's not good for man to be alone. That's why he created a helpmeet. He created the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian woman for the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because we need y'all. You know what I'm saying? Sisters, you don't even understand that when you're operating in the truth and in the spirit, you know you can increase the lifespan of your man. You can double his years. You know what I'm saying? It says the Bible says that you're a tower against death. You understand? It's a powerful thing when you know your power and you use it for righteousness and not for evil. All right? Keep reading.
Oh God. So your minds should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Christ.
The simplicity that is in Christ. And we're about to find out about that right now. Give me Ephesians 5, and then we're gonna close out.
Oh God.
The simplicity that is in Christ, man. Because, you know, what we don't understand is that our relationship between black men and black women is the same relationship between Christ and Israel. Christ and the church, man. I mean, Christ in the body. His body.
Lucky, sir.
Ephesians chapter 5, start at verse 22.
Oh God.
So 1 second, let me get there with you. If y'all have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. Go ahead.
Oh God. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 22.
Right.
Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands,
right,
as unto the Lord.
As unto who?
As unto the Lord.
You're supposed to submit yourself unto your own husband as unto Christ. You understand? A lot of Christian women say, Christ is my husband. No, the Lord wants you to have a husband on earth, and you respect him as you would respect Christ.
Right.
Go ahead.
Oh God. Verse 23. For the husband is the head of the wife.
Right.
Even as Christ is the head of the church.
Right. The husband is the head of the wife. You understand? Even as Christ is the head of the church. All right. Hey, I keep track of where you at. You know what I'm saying? You can always go back and watch the video. You know what I'm saying? All right. Yeah. For even as the husband is the head of the wife, even as Christ is the head of the church. What are we talking about here? We're talking about authority. Right. This is about authority, man. Our black families are destroyed because we don't respect authority. Right. You got black men that want to be Muslims. They want to be Christian. They want to be, you know what I'm saying, Republicans or Democrats, but they don't want to be Israelites. They don't want to be priests, you know what I'm saying, you know what I mean, that serve Christ, man. And because we don't respect that authority, now our women don't respect us as an authority, man. And the entire family structure is collapsing. You understand? But the Lord is showing you right here what it means for the man to be the head over the woman. Paul's going into it and breaking it down. Go ahead, Ark.
God. And he is the savior of the body.
Right. Even as Christ is the head of the church and he's the savior of the body. Christ gave his life for Israel. He died for Israel. The same way that a husband is to die for his wife, man. You understand? To give his life for her. And it's not just losing his life in physical death, but giving his life for her in the sense of that, you know, he lives his life to guide her and to sacrifice for her, to show her the ways of righteousness. Keep reading.
Okay. Verse 24. Therefore, as the church is subject unto Christ.
Right. As the nation of Israel is subject unto Christ, right? Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. Go ahead.
Oh God. So let the wives be to their own husbands in everything.
No, in some things.
In everything.
And whatever she feels like she needs to be subject to him in.
Everything.
The scriptures say that as the nation of Israel is to be subject unto Christ, that wives are to be subject to their husbands in every single thing. Everything. Not some things, not what you determine, but in everything. Now, this is not talking about, you know, the exceptions to the rule where your husband's a drunk or he smokes crack or he's putting his hands on you. You know what I mean? If you're in the ISUPK, you know what to do. You know what I'm saying? You have men that you can go and that he reports to and address those issues. But if you're dealing with a righteous man, you know what I'm saying, a man that serves the Lord and is doing the work of the Lord, you're not supposed to be questioning him. You know what I mean? Or I'm gonna say you're supposed to question him, but he has the final say. You should be subject. You can have a discussion. You can talk about, you know, things, your concerns, and you know, and you want to voice your opinion. That's fine. And maybe the Lord would use you to show your husband or your man some things that he hasn't thought about, maybe a blind spot. But at the end of the day, you're supposed to do what he says and be subject. All right, go ahead.
Verse 25. Husbands, love your wives.
Husbands, love your wives. You know, and if you got a question on what love is, you know, hit up 1 Corinthians 13, man. I mean, that means to be patient with them because they are emotional. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, man, you know, women don't know what they feel. They feel a lot of different things, man. And it's our job, with the Lord giving us the strength to not be so emotional, to be practical, is to allow them that space to be emotional. And then when you've listened to them in their entirety, you know, to guide them to what's practical. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, you know, you can just listen and not say anything right in that moment. You can come back to them a few days later and talk to them about it. You don't have to be right there when everything's, you know, is heated and heightened. You know what I'm saying? She may have been dealing with something with some, you know, some girlfriends talking, you know, mess, or some at her job, or she's upset with you. You could just hear her out, you know, oh, da, 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 da. You like, okay, all right, no sweat. All right, baby. No, I hear you. I understand. Okay. And then you take some time, you know what I mean, to think about what she said. And if she's in error or she's wrong about something, holler at her a couple of days later or the next day. Y'all having a meal, it's not on nobody's mind, and you could be like, "Hey, Salakia, you know, you talked to me, like, you know, the other night about such and such, and you know, I was thinking about that. I wanted to talk to you about that." And now she didn't already let it out, and she's more open and receptive to hear what you have to say. But a lot of times, some of us as men, we want to put our foot down right then and there. You know what I'm saying? And all you've done is make her more defensive to where she's not open to hearing what you have to say, or more emotional to where maybe she could be hurt because you're upset with her. You have some sisters like that where, you know, you're correcting them and they get emotional. But the goal is to educate and teach our women. You know what I'm saying? To teach them how to serve us and how to love us. And you can only do that by being calm and rational. You can't deal with crazy and psycho by you being crazy and psycho. Somebody has to have the calm mind. Somebody has to be the adult in the situation. You understand? And the Lord called us to do that. Husbands, love your wives. Be patient with them. You understand? Be patient. Be long-suffering. You know what I'm saying? Endure with them. Love your wives. Keep reading.
Oh, God. Even as Christ also loved the church.
As Christ loved the church, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't think, how many times you hear Christ getting frustrated with his disciples? Damn, how long must I suffer with you? They would frustrate Christ, but Christ loved the disciples, man. He loved the niggas that was following him, man. You understand? He gave his life for them. He gave his life for the nation. And you have to be willing to give your life. You're bound to that woman forever. You understand? And you being the head over her, that's your responsibility, man. You understand? You're not supposed to rule over them with a rod of iron to where you dash them to pieces. You ever had them boxes that say, fragile, handle with care? You got to handle these sisters with care. Now, if they out of order and you've been patient and you gotta put your foot on their neck at a certain point, then you do that. But that shouldn't be the first thing you lead with. First thing you come out with is the bazooka. Heat-seeking target, boom, and you blowing their head off their shoulders, man. That should not be the first tool in your repertoire. You understand? It's plenty of ways to skin a cat. And there's plenty of ways for you to lead your woman, man. It don't have to always be, I'm the man. And it ain't got to be all that all the time. You understand? The Lord already gave you that. When you have to tell your woman that you're in charge, you're really emasculating yourself. Because if you have to say it, then you must not be in charge.
That's right. You
understand? You show that you're in charge by how you respond to her being emotional and being weak. That lets her know, man, I have a man that's leading me. Because I'm in this, I'm all over the place. My feelings is all across the board, but he's calm. He's dealing with me in a way to where I feel safe in being vulnerable. I know I'm crazy, but he ain't crazy. Right? Okay. Keep reading.
Come God. And gave himself for it.
Uh-huh.
Verse 26.
He gave himself for the church. Go ahead.
Come God. That he might sanctify.
That he might do what?
Sanctify.
Right, man. Having a wife, man, you're setting her apart. You know what I mean? Brothers, when you're dealing with your woman, you're trying to get her to be set apart in the world. That when she's not around you, she's functioning like you're right there by her. When she's out with her girlfriends, when she's out at her job, she's representing you. She's representing your name as your wife. You have her set apart. When when they bring in the company lunch or whatever like that, and shrimp Alfredo, she's like, no, I don't want that. Why? Because even though that was her favorite thing when she was in the world, was going to Red Lobster, because of your love and how you loved on her, you corrected her in wisdom and patience. She's like, I'm not going to defile myself and go against my husband. I'm not eating that stuff. You understand? You put her in a position to where she's set apart. Now, even though she gets off of work, what's on her mind? You know what? I'm going to go ahead and cook for class. He's going to go teach class. I'm going to go ahead and make some meals so them brothers can have something to eat, because they're doing the work to help our nation. Right. You're setting her apart, man. You're putting her in a position to relearn who she is as a princess, as a woman, and how to be virtuous. All right? You're sanctifying her. Go ahead.
Oh, God. And cleanse it with the washing of water by the word.
Right, man, because believe it or not, man, sisters a lot of times, because they're emotional, because of the weaker vessel, they get influenced by a lot of stuff, and they don't know no better. That I see sisters posting stuff on Facebook. It's just out of order. You know what I mean? But we're not hopping on there. It's just you out of order. Just call your camp leader. Sometimes if it's required, we do that. But if she's in the school, she's doing her 90 days, she's in class, we being patient. We watching. Okay, it's just, you know what I mean? She's taking photos of herself, showing her upper thigh. And that's all you can see. To my, look at my shoes. Sis, you ain't just showing your shoes. You could have zoomed in on the shoes. You showing your thick, oily thigh. You understand? But no sweat. You taking photos and you got your front butt showing. All your cleavage from all the way here down to here. You understand? You have to be washed according to the word, which says what? You need to cover yourself up and dress modestly, because the Lord cares about your spirit, who you are on the inside. What do you want to do to serve your brothers and to serve your people? To braid hair, to make meals for class, to learn how to sew, to make garments, to help with the food drives and the clothing drives, to help watch a brother's children. If they have to go do the work of the Lord and they need a good and righteous woman to watch over their kids, because maybe the kids don't have a mother, or maybe he don't have a rib, and you set up a daycare for the kids to get watched. It's serving the body, not taking photos showing your cleavage. Nobody's impressed with that. All right, sister, yeah, you're beautiful, but there's more to you. There's more to being a virtuous woman than having a head wrap and having on lip gloss and yeah, I'm at the gym. Most High in Christ, but that has nothing to do with the work of the Lord. That's for your outer one, and you're not going to get a righteous priest by behaving like that. All it's showing is your immaturity. But us as men, our job is to educate them and to teach them on what it is to be a virtuous sister, man. You understand? To be modest, to be quiet in spirit, to be meek in spirit, to be ready to serve. You understand? But you have to wash her with the water of the word. You understand? That's our job. If your wife, you feel like she's doing something out of order, you ain't got to stomp on her, man. Just sit down after dinner. You know what I'm saying? Go out on the porch, maybe have some wine and have the conversation and show her in the scriptures. Or as a priest, that's your job as a priest, is to teach. Keep reading.
Verse 27. That he might present it to himself a glorious church.
Right. Christ is giving us all these tools because he wants to present us to himself as a glorious body, as a glorious nation. Husbands, in the same way, you not teaching your rib and you going off on her, you not cleaning her up. Your whole goal is to present her to yourself to where you proud of her. When you look at her when she comes into the room, like, man, that's my baby. Man, she on point. You know what I'm saying? She's taking heed to my instructions. I'm leading her in the right way. Your whole job in washing her with the scriptures, washing her with the word and with the spirit of truth is to present her to yourself glorious. So you know that when she's not around you, she's bringing glory to your name. Because wives, understand this. The way you behave and act, you represent your husband. When he's not there, you don't want to bring shame to your husband. You want to bring glory to your husband, because shame to your husband is no glory to you. In fact, give me real quick, give me Ecclesiasticus. Let me see. I want to say it's chapter 26, verse 26, verse 24.
Oh, God.
Go ahead.
Oh, God. Ecclesiasticus, chapter 26, verse 4.
24. 26, verse 24. Ecclesiasticus. That's the book of Ecclesiasticus and the Apocrypha.
God. Ecclesiasticus, chapter 26, verse 24.
Right.
A dishonest woman, contempt, shame.
Right. A dishonest woman is going to bring shame. A woman that's not honest. You lie to your husband. You lie to your man. You know what I'm saying? Or you keep secrets and stuff like that. You're not forthright with him. You're dishonest. You're dishonest in the sense that you're in the school, but you're not doing the work. You know what I mean? You're not doing the work. You know, you on Facebook and you're doing a whole bunch of other stuff, but you're not really studying and learning how to be a virtuous sister. You know what I'm saying? Shedding yourself for the world. Or if you've gotten your name and shed yourself, you're supposed to be doing more work. So when you come around the brothers, you know, you're supposed to be, brothers, y'all need anything? Do you want a water? Do you know, or when it's time to serve the food, you know what I'm saying? Instead of going with the other sisters, helping to serve food, you out here trying to be in everybody's face, talking with everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're being dishonest because to be honest is when you know what's required of you and what you should be, trying to learn to do. That kind of woman brings shame. A woman who's not doing her duties. Go ahead.
Oh, God. But an honest woman will reverence her husband.
An honest woman is going to reverence her husband. She's going to respect her husband. When she's in an environment in the school, she's going to be like, you know what? I need to get to work, because I know when they look at me, they're looking at him, and and whatever I'm doing is a reflection on his leadership. The scriptures say that a prudent wife is the crown of her husband. Why? A crown represents authority. It represents rulership. So when they watch you as a wife, they're like, man, this brother over here, he must be an excellent brother, because look at his wife. And like General Hyman brought out, dealing with David and Abigail, even if your husband is a fool and he's not wise and he's wicked, just you honoring him by you being wise brings honor to him, because you're covering his shame. You're not trying to expose it and put it on blast. Oh, he ain't this, he ain't that. He always doing this and the third. Right. You're not being a help to him. You're trying to hurt him because you see his weaknesses and you want to use that to your advantage to try to step on him and disrespect him. You're not being a good wife.
That's right. You
understand? If you're a good woman, you will honor and reverence your husband. You respect his word, not disregard it. This ain't P Valley, you understand, or City Girls and all this stuff.
Right.
You can't build families off of that. You want to teach your daughters to not respect men and then cry about how there's no good men? Keep reading. Drop down to 26.
God. Verse 26. A woman that honored her husband shall be judged wise of all.
A woman that honors her husband will be judged wise of all. You don't get respect by disrespecting your husband, because that's your protection. You know what I mean? He you know, keep reading, Salakia.
Come with God. But she that dishonored him in her pride.
In her what?
In her pride.
When a woman dishonors her husband, it's because she's dealing with the demon. She's dealing with pride. Because she wants to usurp authority. She wants to deal with him in a masculine sense. Like she's challenging his authority. Like we're equals. We're not equals. Men are not equal to women. You understand? Women are not equal to men. And we already went over that the man is the head of the wife. So we're not equal. So you trying to rise up and be masculine, you would get more from your husband and your man by being super feminine. Jim Muhammad brought it out. There's a way for you to talk to a man. That's why you have to learn how to talk. The scriptures say that the law of kindness is on her tongue. There's a way to say something to a man without coming off like you have an attitude or disrespectful. And if your man says you had an attitude, well, everybody says that. I'm not trying. Well, okay, it doesn't matter what you're trying to do. Figure it out. You understand? Right. Learn how to talk. And if you say, well, I don't know how to do it, well, listen to your man. Let him tell you.
Right.
But only in pride will you dishonor your husband. You can't dishonor your husband with any other spirit unless you're in pride. It's a demon. He ain't gonna talk to me like that. I'm not gonna do what he said. I already have a daddy.
That's right.
Well, your husband is your daddy now. Right. That's why you take on his name. Read it again.
Verse 26. A woman that honors her husband shall be judged wise of all.
Right. Everybody's going to recognize, man, this is an excellent sister, man. She honors her husband. She makes him garments. She cooks food for the school. You understand? She's trying to organize clothing drives, and she's in order. She's following all the protocols of the school. And everybody's gonna be like, man, brother, you got an excellent wife. You made a wise choice. You understand? And that brings honor to your husband. That's what you should be trying to do, is bring honor and power to your husband. Not trying to take away his power and dishonor him. Keep reading.
But she that dishonored him and her pride shall be counted ungodly of all.
Counted ungodly. You're not a godly woman. You're not in the truth. If you disrespecting your man, you're not in the truth. You understand? All right, let's get back to that Ephesians, and then we're gonna go ahead and close out. I think you were at verse 26. If you have any questions, y'all, any opinions or questions or comments, go ahead and put them in the chat, and we'll deal with it. Yeah, go ahead,
Art. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 26. That he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word.
Right.
Verse 27. That he might present it to himself a glorious church.
Right.
Not having spot or wrinkle.
Right. You don't want your woman when she go out to have and sisters, you don't want that either. When you got a nice dress on to have a spot on your dress, you ready to go change your whole outfit. You know what I'm saying? Wrinkle in your dress, right? When your man is addressing you and dealing with your character and how you behave, he's trying to make sure that your spirit, it don't have a spot or wrinkle. So when he's addressing you, I mean, I understand taking criticism isn't easy sometimes. And, you can get emotional about it and take it personal and want to make an excuse. But your husband is there to be a mirror for you, to not like how you use the mirror for your makeup. So you can make up excuses. It's for him to show you the real you, so you can make real changes. You understand? Keep going.
Or any such thing.
Right.
But that it should be holy.
That it should be holy.
And without blemish.
And without blemish. Blameless. He wants you to be perfect. A lot of times in America, man, I don't have to be perfect. I don't want to be perfect. I just want to be like this. Your husband is going to give you the standard that you should be following. You understand? But according to the Bible, according to the scriptures, according to the spirit of truth. Keep reading.
Come. Verse 28.
Mm-hmm.
So ought men to love their wives as their own bodies.
Right. The same way how a man will go and, do his, trim his beard, take care of himself, and work out to keep his body intact. You know what I'm saying? It's the same way he's supposed to love his wife, that what he wants for himself, he wants for you. The same way that he's in the school, he's being corrected and checked and having to change and grow and make adjustments. You shouldn't be idle. and not growing and changing with him. So the things that he learns, he don't bring it to you in the same way how he gets it, because you couldn't take the correction that we get from the men above us. You couldn't deal with that. So, but in that same matter, how he's growing and changing, when he comes to you and he's dealing with your issues, you should be willing to grow and change too. You understand? Men should love their wives as they love their own bodies. I mean, I'm not going to drink bleach. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to smoke cigarettes. I'm not going to smoke weed or smoke crack. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to watch some stuff that's going to make me hate my brother. You know what I'm saying? Right. So if he addresses you about what you're watching and saying you need to stop watching that, that's not good for your spirit or your soul. You should watch class. You understand? You shouldn't be dressed like that. You need to cover your body up and make sure that you're dressed appropriately. Don't take that as him controlling you and trying to stop you from having fun. He's protecting you, right? And he's trying to teach you to be virtuous and a godly woman. That shouldn't offend you, okay? And if it does offend you, you're dealing with a demon. All right, keep reading.
Oh God, he that loved his wife loveth himself.
Right. A man loving you and correcting you is him loving himself. Why? Because you are his helpmeet. Him teaching you and educating you, husbands, you brothers, you out there teaching your woman, you're loving yourself, because why? She was built to love you. You understand? She was built to love you, man.
Right.
Now, I'm gonna tell you this, sisters. What men want more than anything is respect. We want respect more than we want love. You know what I mean? We can accept the love when we know the respect is there. But brothers, you have to understand that respect is established through you loving your wife, being patient with her, correcting her, listening to her. You know what I'm saying? Educating her, guiding her, leading her. You understand? According to these scriptures, washing her with the water of the word. All right, not according to your understanding, but according to what the Lord gave us. Keep reading.
God. Verse 29. For no man ever yet hated his own flesh.
Right.
But nourished and cherished it.
Ain't no brother gonna take a baseball bat and hit himself in the head with a baseball bat.
That's right.
Ain't no brother gonna stand there and smack himself with his own hand. You understand? I mean, brothers, are y'all in the mirrors saying, you a dumb fucking idiot, man. You fucked up, nigga. You stupid as hell. If you're not doing that to yourself, then you shouldn't be doing that to your woman. You understand?
That's right.
Deal with her as how you would want to be dealt with yourself. You understand? Now, like I say, the men of, in the school as men and soldiers, we deal with a different level of correction. But what I'm saying is you wouldn't handle yourself like that. So don't handle your woman like that, man. Handle your woman as her being the weaker vessel according to knowledge, and deal with her how you want to get dealt with. How would you want somebody to talk to you if you made a mistake? Would you want a brother to be unbrotherly to you because you made an error and stomp all over you in front of everybody? Or just curse you out? You wouldn't want that. And you're not going to respect a man that, even though he claims to be a priest and a man of God, that's cursing you out in front of everybody, man, and uncovering your shame like that. It's a way to do things. Keep reading.
God. Even as the Lord, the church.
Right.
Verse 30. For we are members of his body.
Right. Christ is from the tribe of Judah. He's an Israelite. You understand? We're members of the same nation. Go ahead.
Of his flesh and of his bones.
Flesh and bones. These are Israelite terms meaning that we're family. Okay. But before she's your wife, she's your sister. Before he's your husband, he's your brother. And we have to have that basic love for each other because we're all of the same nation, first of all. And then from there, we move through the understanding of what marriage is and the decency and order and the rank, order, and structure and the authority that the Lord set up for us to be able to rule this plan again. It's rank and order. You understand? Keep reading.
God. Verse 31.
Mm-hmm.
For this cause shall a man leave his father and mother.
You see, it's showing up again. We didn't see this a lot of times today in class. Keep reading.
And shall be joined unto his wife.
Right.
And they two shall be one flesh.
Keep reading.
Verse 32. This is a great mystery, but I speak concerning Christ and the church.
Read that again.
God. This is a great mystery, but I speak concerning Christ and the church.
He said this is a great mystery, But he's talking about marriage. But he says, I speak concerning Christ and the church. Well, I'm about to ask the class, because y'all been quiet up in here. What is a mystery? You give me the definition of mystery. He said, this is a great mystery. This ain't no little mystery. It's a great mystery. But I speak concerning Christ and the church. But he's talking about marriage. Well, what's a mystery? Anybody in the chat? What's a mystery? Right, sis, something unknown. Facts. Excellent answer. Anybody else? Okay, a puzzle. Okay, that's good, sister. Something, and that's good, sis, because a puzzle, because why? It's something that you got to figure out, right? So give me the definition of mystery,
Comic-Con. Something that is difficult or impossible to understand or explain.
Now, Paul is saying that this is a great mystery, but I speak of Christ in the church. Marriage right now and living in America is a mystery to black men and black women. When I say black men and black women, I mean blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Okay, why? Because it's something difficult for them to figure out, understand. This is why you have all these shows where you have black men and black women having debates on why we're not getting married to each other, or why we're having such difficulty in our relationships. And you know why? Because now, not for us in the truth, it's not a mystery to us in the truth, because we know the rank and order. But the world doesn't have Christ and the church. They're without it. So to them, it's a mystery to them. They don't understand how marriage should work. Why? Because they think that two men can get married, two women can get married. Right. People can marry animals. You understand? That abortion is okay. That changing your gender is all right. It's a mystery to them. They're confused because they don't have Christ in the church, man. They don't have Yahweh Shai and the ISUPK under Command General Yohana, man. You understand? Because if you were in the school, you would understand that this is not a mystery at all. It's explained right here that the rank order structure and the system that God created for us to function as a family and as a nation, man. You understand? If you understand that Christ is the king over Israel, then you should understand that your husband, your man, if you spread your legs and have sex with him, that he's a ruler over you. You understand? And brothers, you dealing with a black woman should not be a mystery. She's the weaker vessel. Dwell with her according to knowledge. You shouldn't be confused about what to do, because the Bible is teaching us and telling us right here.
That's right.
Okay? So now, Paul's going to keep talking. Keep reading.
Comic-Con, verse 33. Nevertheless, let every one of you in particular so love his wife, even as himself.
Right, he's saying, but nevertheless, it's a mystery to them in the world, but for you in the truth, love your wife as you love yourself, man. Because she's there to serve you and benefit you, and you are there to serve and benefit her, man.
Right.
To give us a little bit of ease in this hell that we're living in. You understand?
That's right.
Read, give me Ecclesiasticus chapter 26, verse 2.
Oh, God.
Actually, give me 2 and 3. No, give me 1 through 3.
Oh, God. Ecclesiasticus chapter 26, verse 1. Blessed is the man that have a virtuous wife.
Man, that man is blessed, man. It's a blessing from the Lord to have a virtuous wife, a wife who knows her role and position. You ever heard the discussion? They say, I don't, a brother or sister say, I don't believe in gender roles. You know, I mean, he can go in here and babysit the kids, and I go and go out here and chop the wood, and why you got to be gender roles? No, man, the Lord has the roles established. The man is the head, and he's over the woman. The woman's over the children. You understand? It's right. When roles are established, there's order. Outside of order, you have what? Chaos, confusion. Everything is a mystery. It's hard to figure out.
Right.
Okay? Keep reading.
For the number of his days shall be doubled.
Man, you can have a man who was set to die at 50 years old from high blood pressure, heart attack, and stroke.
Right.
You come across a good, virtuous sister. You understand? A loving woman, a black woman that loves her man and wants to serve her man, and you can make this. You can extend his life. You understand? I mean, I heard a brother say, a brother just got his name, man. You know what I'm saying? Out of San Antonio, he said, you know what I'm saying? It used to be that the life of a black male was, you know, it'd be amazing if he could live to 24. Now he can't live till the first trimester because of abortion.
Right.
You understand? But sisters, you can extend the lives of black men through your love. Your love can make our nation grow stronger from the love that the Lord put inside of you. You can double a man's life. Keep reading.
Verse 2. A virtuous woman rejoices her husband.
You make your man happy when you're virtuous. When you move with discretion and you're prudent and you seek his counsel, you don't just make moves on your own and then call him after the fact and tell him what you did. That's disrespectful. You should be checking in with your husband. In the school, our sisters understand that because they learn through their camp leader to check in with him. But once you get an out of one, you're supposed to check in with your husband. You don't make moves and just move around without letting him know what you're doing. You understand? That's you honoring your husband. Keep reading.
Oh God. And he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace.
It says he'll fulfill the years of his life in peace. Why? Because you're rejoicing him because you're a wise woman. He don't have to worry about you and what you're doing. He ain't got to worry about you going to All-Star Weekend or going to Miami for a girl's vacation. You understand? Getting flown out by somebody. He ain't worried about you. He ain't worried about you when you go out to the bar or the club with your friends. He knows that he can trust you. His heart does safely trust in her. She's not going to be out here in every man's face, on every man's post, commenting on everything, liking every man's post, liking every man's pictures. You understand? She's gonna have discretion. All right, and that's gonna rejoice him. Because why? You're representing him well. Keep reading.
Verse 3. Mm-hmm. A good wife is a good portion.
A good wife is a good portion. It's like coming across like hitting the lottery. You know what I'm saying? The rates for hitting the lottery is, it's like one in 8 million, 1 in 8 billion. That's why it says that a virtuous woman is hard to find. It ain't hard to find the ISUPK for the daughters of Command General Yohana. It's a whole lot of them. But in the world, it's hard to find because they don't have any morality. Keep reading.
Which shall be given in the portion of them that fear the Lord.
Brother, if you want to find a virtuous woman, a woman that you could trust, a woman that's going to double the years of your life, come into the ISUPK, man. You become a soldier and a priest in the ISUPK, man. You know what I mean? Serve God, keep his commandments. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord will give you a good woman. You won't have to worry about dealing with these thoughts. They ain't got no thought for their life. All they care about is having a one-night stand. I don't do marriage.
Right.
You understand? You can find you a good woman in the ISUPK, man. Because why? The Lord gives a righteous woman to a righteous man. But you know what I'm saying? But this is marriage according to the Bible. You know what I'm saying? This is the ISUPK Wednesday night law class for Colleen. I'm Preaching Officer Tapazar. I want to go ahead and give a shout out to the young man, you know what I'm saying, reading, to Preaching Officer Abonzai Young, man, and for everybody in the class, you know what I'm saying, that endure with your brother. If you have any questions, I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all a little bit of time. I know we went over class time a little bit, but if you got any questions, I'll go ahead and address those. I'm gonna wait a little bit, and if not, we're gonna go ahead and close out. All right, I don't see anything. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and pass the class over to young man Khalil for the security announcements.
This is the ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tenth will, which is a commandment. Numbers 18, verse 21. Malachi 3, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Means 10 in the Hebrew. Ma'asara, Slaki.
Don't sign Christ.
10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offering for priests. Not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations.
I think we got the Day of Atonement coming up. You have the
Memorial of the blowing of the trumpets. First day of the 7th month. Sunday, September 25th, 2022. Leviticus chapter 23, verse 24 to 25. Remind Akim and Aqua to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf.
Yeah, and this concludes
the ISUPK security announcements.
Hey, the water, priest. So with that, you know what I'm saying? I want to say to the Akim, Shalom, Yahweh, Shem Yahweh Thumb. To the sisters, Shalom, Yahweh, Shema, Thumb, Shem Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, we in this world, but we not of it. Y'all keep fighting, enduring, enduring and fighting your demons. You understand? Seek counsel. You understand? Pay your tithes. Pay your tithes, man. You understand? Tithing is a commandment. You understand? This is the law class. Tithing is a commandment. If you're not tithing, you are sinning against the Lord, man. You understand? You know what I mean? Listen, we have to black men, black women, we have to love each other. We have to, keep faith in each other, man. But the only way we can do that is by coming back to our culture, coming back to our identity, you know what I'm saying, our nationality, which is in these laws that the Lord gave us. But with that, you know what I'm saying, we're going to close out. So shalom, Israel. All right. And y'all check out this advertisement for the Bible Belt, you know what I'm saying, lecture, you know what I'm saying, by Officer Nashak, you know what I mean? And that's coming up, you know what I mean, in July. Most High in Christ, man.
Doing a lecture about the Bible Belt and critical race theory. And it's July the 16th. And it's you know where Ed's Fish is out here? Yeah, it's like we got a school like right next door. And then the top floor, we got that whole level up there. So I'll be doing the lecture. And it's free. Like the first hour will be about the Bible Belt. There'll be like a little intermission, feeding people a little bit. Then I'll be breaking down the critical race theory. Because a lot of our people don't know what it is.
I'm Dr. Ashley Bachnight-Claybrook.
So we dealing with a doctor, right?
I have to say it. I don't know. I would say it has to help.
You got anything to back that up, or you just guessing?
I'm just guessing.
So sis, what is the Bible Belt to you?
The Bible Belt is a series of states that heavily focus on Christianity as a means of political and social foundations for everything they do.
Good. You should always know where you come from. You should always know history. You should always know what it is and what it ain't. And why people act the way they act now.
The Bible Belt, do you feel that it hurts black people? Kind of like get rid of the history, get rid of certain things that were done during slavery, or just certain things about our history in schools and stuff like that.
It's cultural, it's environmental, and it's effective.
Okay, you say it's effective now?
It can be positive and it can be negative. It just depends on your standpoint.
Preacher man, gotta wait your turn. Gotta give my brothers and sisters, they survival my only concern. This shit just gotta stop. They lock and pop everything they see. Behind the badge of police, they kill us with their knees. Nigga, please.
We look at systemic racism of, say, the school systems, the differences in the school systems, and looking at gentrification, looking at issues of textbooks, even as simple as textbooks, and how race plays a part in how people are selecting certain parts for different races depending on where they are. You throw in economics with that as well. All that is tied into, if you can show a pattern of systemic racism, that is critical race theory.
I say critical race theory, it needs to be taught in school. I think just to know what was done to us, because a lot of people don't know about slavery. They don't know what was done during their time.
I think it hurts because I think we should, know our culture and, not be racist, you know what I'm saying?
It's a psycho drama. Our minds, they wanna melt. We got it, take my niggas shit, burn that Bible belt. This is psycho drama. Our minds, they wanna melt. We got it, take my niggas shit, burn the Bible belt.